First thing that pops up in my search bar is Garrett Bradford, no initiative.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna start blushing.
The first thing that pops up for me every time I click is roll 20.
Secrets to getting bigger penis is my first result.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, when we left off, the Wavy Navy on their intrepid return from the spine of the world and Wormdoom Crag, the tribe of Goliaths, had a rough landing, but narrowly surviving and arriving at the Black Cabin. After some shenanigans with the message spell, the players decided it would be better to return to Larry's mother's house instead of Kirkonic. However, after being informed by Lashana and Marchand of the destruction of the village proper, the party, in tow with Glyn of Konig, returned to the home of his namesake. Now then, as you guys had just arrived, crash landing the ship named from Arabella and recovering it to the side of the snow drifts, Erland took off on the Gryphons, whereas Joe, Arelas I should say, and Larry got aboard their summoned steed and made their way to the same city. Erland, as we draw in now, you are still looking as that laser beam-like ray of cyclical energy is being formed in the mouth of the creature. As it expels the Chardalyn Dragon shooting, you know two things, Erland. One, this laser is on a direct course to you. But two, you can veer the Griffin in its path if you so wish.
I'll try and veer the Griffin.
Alright, go ahead and make me an animal handling check or a dexterity saving throw. Alright, as you veer over the Griffin, even those of you on the road to Kirkonic hear the sound of it and the sight of the laser beam that cuts a swath into the sky. And with that, the Chardalyn Dragon will roll its first attack.
What a bitch.
Alright. As you veer to the right, Erland, it strikes up and into the Griffin. As the Griffin emits a mighty roar, you see, or rather feel, as it begins to plummet. Deeper and deeper, closer and closer to the ground. Erland, you think you're about to crash into the surface itself until a fluttering of wings, the sparsing of feathers, and the Griffin sounding gets you in a hover. As you get your bearings, Erland, and look about you, you can see the Griffin is very wounded, but still alive and flying at a shallow height. Now that you've fallen, Erland, as you look around, you can see the ruined care before you, the destroyed castle where the beam came from, and I also need you to roll me a perception check. As these sights consume your vision, the rest of you heading on to the village see this. What would you guys like to do?
I am running straight towards like the site that I can see.
Okay.
Full speed.
Alright. As you guys watch Glyn go in tow, Arelas and Larry, you are almost nearing the front entrance of the village now. As you guys look in from the top of the horse who keeps its sturdy gallop on the crag, icy ground beneath you. Those of you ahead, these include Glyn, Arelas, and Larry. Please roll me a perception check as well. Erland, as you look about you, you can see shambling people that move throughout the city. However, that's all you can see as these distal humanoid creatures walk around, some fighting amongst each other for food, others just trying to find a warm crevasse. However, Larry, with your natural 20, you, as well as Glyn and Joe, can see these people too. However, Larry, you see something else. Beneath some of the solemn hoods that these figures wear, dim blue light appears to be projecting itself.
Erland would like to... Can Erland see the party coming into...
As a matter of
Ruined
fact,
Pit?
you can. They're about 500 feet to your southwest. The first thing you see is the ghostial-like apparition-y trail that seems to be lingering around Arlas's summoned steed.
So I would like to land and call the other Griffin to land as well. And I'm going to hit a Cure Wounds on the Griffin.
Okay, go ahead and cast your Cure Wounds, and this is, of course, on the one that's already hurt. Alright. As you do so, you watch as some of the minor superficial wounds around the Griffin's beak and wing seem to mend themselves. However, it is still very much hurt, and as you garner this fact, the other Griffin lands next to you.
I will... That's all I'm gonna do.
Alright. At about this time, Arlas and Larry, you reach the front gate of Karakonic. Karakonic is not necessarily a walled village, but it does have two banners and an overarching cobblestone path where guards typically stand. As you guys are coming up, you think it's unmanned until, Glenn, you draw into view. As you get within about 30 feet of the entrance as well, Glenn, you hear, "Why, is that you, Mr. Koenig?"
Yes, it is. These are my friends. A few more behind, and I think a few ahead. What's the situation here?
At about that time, you see from two flags of Karakonic that drape the cobblestone walls, though frayed, you do see a figure emerge. Long, gristled, black beard with strikes of gray. Very short black hair in the front that comes out into the long and wrinkles across his face. You see the guard Therandir, the same one who's been guarding the city ever since you were a child. "Oh, it's gay wars ever since the dragon arrived. If you hold me words of wisdom, son, turn back while you can."
Can't do that. What's the death toll look like here?
Rabbit tonight, I can't really tell, but I do know those that have survived are blisteringly mad, crazed in the mind days.
Where's my father?
Come this way. I'll take you to him.
I follow.
As they go on, Alistair, Rez, and Rory. As the three of you walk up, you see Glenn as he makes his way with this black-haired dwarf deeper into the village proper. What would you guys like to do?
I'll follow Glenn.
I'll follow as well at a distance.
Okay. Aralas.
For now, I feel I will, with a bit of a headache, I will go outside of where they entered, and I will restart a summoning of a steed, just in case we need some extra movement. So 10 minutes ritual casting for a new one.
Alright. In that amount of time, those of you who wish, go along with Glenn and make your way to the hook, line, and sinker. Just as you saw when you crash landed, you guys see a massive swath, the laser beam cut a perfect symmetrical line straight through the tavern. As you guys see the debris settled, you don't see much aside from the lantern that hangs aloft over the northern light as it changes throughout its colors of blue and purple that you've won back. Erland, did you want to do something?
I was just gonna mention while everyone else is going to the tavern, I'm gonna stick with the Gryphons, and I'm just going to probably split some rations, probably take 3 rations out and give 1 to each of them. One to each of them, and then 1 to Tiger. Sorry.
Good to know. As Tiger eats it, strategically darting his eyes back and forth to make sure no enemies are approaching. Glenn, you and Therandir walk to the front of the hook, line, and sinker. I'd only tried to grab it tonight, but if anyone's got a right to enter, it's you. And he opens the door. As you walk in, you guys immediately see the terrible sight. Families congregated in corners, completely frozen still. Others, wrapped in blankets, are emulsified. Parts of their bodies seem to have been consumed with the laser beam, and those that didn't are frozen solid. However, as you guys enter, you do see what appears to be a pile of ash atop the bar. As Therandir walks over, he dusts a little bit of it off and removes a pair of dwarvish spectacles.
May I have those, please?
Of course. He hands them over.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's all. Is the rest of the party is the people who were coming are they with me or are they approaching?
They're with you, though lingering just a couple steps behind. At about that time, Therandir begins to cry, as tears well up in his eyes. I'm sorry, Mr. Koenig. I should have saved him. That's my job, ain't it?
No, I can't. It's not your fault. It's not it. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not anyone's fault. But turning around, I am folding the glasses closed as everyone walks in. And I'm going to place them in my pocket. And I start speaking to everyone in the room who's huddling for medical attention and everything. And I'll tell them, I know what's befallen you. Me and my compatriots did everything we could to stop it, but alas, it was not enough. But what I promise you is that this situation is now in our hands, and that we are going to handle it. And removing my sword, I point it to the door, and I point it at Rez, and I say, and that man's gonna make sure it gets done.
Absolutely.
Alright. He straightens up his leather jerkin and adjusts some cufflinks. Well, in that case, it's about time I go find the speaker. I'm sure that Master Travis has got a plan whipped up.
I sheath my sword, and looking for a jar or something. Can I find a jar of any sort?
Ironically enough, one of the items which was not scathed even slightly during the Chardalyn Dragon's attack is a massive hickory bookshelf in which your father has stored various jugs, mason jars, and a Chardalyn tankard.
I take the Chardalyn tankard and in a very sad fashion am gathering my father's ashes in this tankard.
As you do so, something knocks off the table, and you wouldn't have even noticed its existence if it didn't make a succinct metallic cling around the rim of the mug. As you look in, Glenn, you see something shining.
What is it? Can I inspect it?
As you move out, you see a gilded pinky ring, one that a dwarf is awarded during their bonding ceremony, also known as a marriage band.
Oh. I pocket it as well.
As you do so, I would like you to roll me an investigation check.
You got it. Bow.
Inside, you don't notice it at first, and it is smudged and even a little bit melted. You don't see the first name, though it does end in the character that your father's name ended with. However, you do see another one. As you kind of squint and make out the dwarvish rune, you see the name Falkrun Fireforge.
Fireforge. Is that that doesn't sound familiar to me as a player? Is that a character that like Glenn is familiar with that I've forgotten about?
No,
Okay,
I've never
cool.
heard the name before.
Sweet. I make a mental note of that and a physical note of that. And,
Erland.
yeah.
As you are out with the Gryphons, you notice something. At first you hear the snapping of a twig and the sound of a weight that falls in fresh fallen snow. As you look over Erland, you see a very stout dwarf, tattoos covering his body, a red mohawk and beard as he begins flanking the outer perimeter of the destroyed castle.
I would like to cast Hold Person on him.
Alright. In the meantime, what are the rest of you doing?
Summoning.
This is just watching.
Could Alistair take out the small Chardalyn Dragon he acquired, and could he make some sort of maybe an Arcana check to see if it's linked to the big dragon in any way?
Of course. As you make an Arcana check, you sense that the magical orifice which once connected to the stand which controlled the dragon's movement, has been separated and destroyed. The only way you could get this to connect to that main Chardalyn Dragon is if you were to come up with a device or to put it in the original contraption responsible for its movements. Erland, as you reach out your orange pearl and begin to cast a spell from it, you look on, and the dwarf resists the spell. As a matter of fact, you can't tell him ever having known it was cast. As he runs around to the back side of the castle now, you watch as he pulls himself on a broken cobblestone and hops over the wall. As you guys now are joined in this tavern, Theramir makes his way out the front and begins walking away. What would you like to do?
I have a couple questions.
Go ahead.
You mentioned I could make a device to reestablish the connection.
It is possible.
What sort of things would I need for such a device, and how long would it take me?
Well, I'll tell you this. In your bag of holding and, Vondel's Frozen Far expeditions and this destroyed village, you'd have enough raw materials. However, you do suspect, as a tinkerer yourself, that it would require some direct connection with the dragon.
Alright, Alistair's gonna sit down and begin tinkering with the Chardalyn that he has and the dragon and just bits of whatever he can use, and he's going to make a device that is ready to establish a connection with the dragon once he finds a way to get that last little bit.
Okay, and are you fabricating this inside of the tavern?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you communicating what you need, or are you just working? Are you just going at it?
Alistair's just tunnel vision, going to town, pulling out whatever material he needs, and he's just working.
As you pull out this Chardalyn Dragon, a small miniature representation of the same beast that has just slain a family member of everyone in this room, you watch as people hide their children's eyes, some of the men shout, and one, who is certainly not as frozen as the others, pushes himself off of his heels as he walks over to you, frigid, with blood stained and frozen on his face. He looks up. Would you mind putting that away, please?
Look, I'm real sorry about everything that's happened here, but I'm trying to make something to control that thing to hopefully stop all of this.
Alistair,
Alright,
we'll
fine.
work somewhere else.
I'm gonna gather up my stuff and just walk out.
I'll tell you what could fix this. The bloody blades of the axe. Where are they when we need them? A couple of the other people look
Retired.
over. One of the guys even looks up. You know, I don't think the Chardalyn Dragon's all that bad. Hey, you know, it's kind of beautiful in a way. Don't mind
Well,
him.
I can't speak to anything he's saying, and we're not the blades of the axe, but I would like to think of ourselves as a bit of a spiritual successor.
The Wavy Navy.
The Wavy Navy, that's right.
Whatever you
The
are.
name's too lackadaisical for the
Real quick, before I do what I'm about to do, I just want to know, dwarfs are like native to Karakonic, right?
Yes.
Okay, so like Erlond viewed that, like saw that happen, and he was just like, "Hmm." And then I would like to cast a medicine check on the Griffin to see like what's truly wrong with him.
Okay.
And then what was I gonna do?
So the medicine check
Yeah.
didn't succeed, but you do suspect it may have been that laser that hit him.
Well, I'm saying like what part of him?
Yes, so under a swath of his underbelly and a wing are badly singed and damaged.
Okay.
As you find an appropriate place, Erlund, you kind of shovel off into a back room that was once used by Glenn's father. And as you open it, you see paperwork littering the walls, small knickknacks strewn about, and a wrought iron key connected to a copper ring band that has a blue and yellow ribbon on the side. As you begin working, I need you to make me a tinkering check, Alistair.
Alistair found that, not Erlond.
Yeah, you started that with saying Erlon.
Oh, I did? I apologize, Alistair.
Yeah.
Yeah, Erlund, you're still
Okay.
with the Gryphons.
Okay.
Alright, and so we established a tinkering check is a D20 plus my intelligence plus my proficiency.
Mm-hmm. If you just want to make an intelligence check, we'll just add your proficiency.
Alright, perfect.
Alright.
And my proficiency is a +3.
You devise a pretty good conduit. As a matter of fact, you see those amethyst eyes and the Chardalyn Dragon miniature begin to glow again. However, you've made as much progress as you can before actually communing and attuning that item with the real Chardalyn Dragon.
Alright, and how big is the device?
The device itself, the actual Chardalyn Dragon miniature you have,
The Chardalyn Dragon with the device, how
Oh.
big is it altogether?
the actual Chardalyn Dragon, the real one.
No, the mini with the device.
Ah, the mini. It's about 40 millimeters by 20 millimeters. It's very small and could actually sit in the palm of your hand.
Perfect. I'm gonna pocket that. And I'd like to investigate these papers all around the room.
Alright. A lot of
See if
them...
there's anything interesting.
A lot of them are written in Dwarvish, and those written in Common, you suspect, are just receipts, different tabs that will never be fulfilled, and debts that are unfortunately going to go unpaid. However, you do find one written in Common. The joining ceremony of Iglander Konig and Falkrune Fireforge. It is a massive invitation to your wedding.
I'll grab that. And then you said there was a key or a lock?
There was a key.
Okay.
Yes, there's a dark iron key on a copper key ring. It has a blue and yellow ribbon.
I'll grab that as well. And I'll go back out to rejoin Glenn.
Alright, you do so.
I'm gonna hand him the invitation that I found.
Okay, so looking through it, it's an invitation to the wedding of Falcon Fireforge and my father, Eglander.
Yes, and there is a date. Nubenin the 15th, the year 132. which is
Is that the
exactly...
past or the future?
That is the past. That was 28 years ago in the equivalent of October.
28 years ago. Is that not my mother's name?
You're unsure?
Okay. Okay. Thank you
Dun, dun,
for bringing
dun.
this to me. I fold it and I put it also in my pocket. This will have to wait. I hope you don't think me rude for the other conversation we had earlier. I think these people just need some time. Alistair, of this group, I think you are a tactician. You are a captain. Captain Alistair Davies, that name rings true. How do we kill this thing?
Well,
How can you help?
I think we might have a easier solution than killing it. It seems like it's gonna be a hard bastard to take down. So I whipped up this, and I'm gonna hold out the device. If I can establish a connection with the dragon, I can regain control with this little mini one that we looted back at the tower.
What do you need to establish a connection?
Well, I think I need to get close to the bastard.
Do you need to do it? Do you need? What do you need? Do you need a piece?
We
a
assume
piece
I'm
might
in
work.
that conversation at the time. The horse is summoned and I'm walking in.
Yes.
Yeah, I've got like
You're
everyone
with them.
huddled up.
And Erland, you're just to the north, about 1,000 feet at the ruined cairn. However, upon seeing them go in, you could have followed them if you wish.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, as you guys watch Erland inevitably bring the Gryphons over, one wounded with white feathers, kind of corroded and actually burnt to a crisp. You see the other one joining just a little bit behind.
Well, lads, I got a few ideas about how we can go about this. If
I
you'll
also have.
lend me ears.
go first.
When we get to moment, no, let's talk about the plan first. This can wait. Never mind.
My first thought, Erlon, you got those Gryphons. You're the only one suited amongst us to take to the skies. So, I think if you provide some form of air support, we're dealing with something that flies. I'd like us to have a little bit of a equal footing on that regard. Maybe someone could go with you on a Griffin. Little extra firepower.
I'll go.
That could be a good
Erwan,
idea. We could see about making some armor for them as well.
I have a bit of an idea.
I-
You need to get closer.
I think armor would be good. One of them is not going to be ready for battle, but I'm sure the other one will.
I put my
Well,
hand
Larry's
on
very small. She could fit on the back of one with you.
I cast lay on hands for the full 35 that I have. Does that do anything?
Onto the Griffin.
The wounded griffin, yeah.
Okay. With that, you guys watch as Glenn's eyes shoot a spark of yellow divine energy, and as his hands do the same, the Griffin's wounds are entirely healed.
And Erland will hop up on the back of one of them.
Alright, and Glenn, you don't need to deduct all of it, just deduct 16, as that was the remaining hit points.
Got it.
Both Griffins
I
at
have a
full
bit of an
health.
idea, my friends.
Let's hear it.
I'm practicing this spell in my book. It's a bit of a problem for one reason. I actually need to find ember gems. Hold on.
Is the
It's a bit
spellcasting
of a-
requirement of 100 gold
Yeah.
or more?
It is actually yes. If you guys can hold your breath for long enough, there is this I could perhaps muster, but it's not going to be ready today. It could be tomorrow. So maybe that could be a place to temporarily lodge you all until we get closer to the beast. This is one option. The other option, as you've seen me do previously, is teleport me and myself into the beast with Thunderstep. Those are my ideas.
Erland, make me a history check or an intelligence saving throw.
And maybe I can even locate the thing with that, if it is a creature.
Woo!
Is the bird a creature or it's more of a construct?
Make me. I know. I'll tell you. You were around it just as much as Glenn, and are aware that it is a construct.
Okay, that will not work.
However, as you guys came in, you did see that massive 120-foot long laser beam that came up and touched Erland, and you do know that it originated from the destroyed castle on the hill. Glenn, you also know this castle has always been destroyed. It was actually ruined by a tribe of marauding orcs long before you were ever born.
Okay. Am I familiar at all, like, with the castle? Have I visited it, maybe, as a child, or...
Indeed, because the castle is rumored to be cursed, it is a taboo to go there, and that means every adolescent dwarf worth his weight has ventured in. There's a bunch of ancient-looking runes, some old paperwork and parchments which are far too gone to be legible. However, you are aware, Glenn, that it's essentially harmless.
Okay.
Glenn, you're from around here. That castle, that laser, very, very mean.
Very mean. Yeah, the laser's new. The laser's a new thing.
And and the dragon put the lasers there, huh?
Yeah, I guess the dragon's got lasers.
Oh wow.
But what we're gonna do, from what I can gather, right? The best pieces of the parts of the plan that I can gather is, like, if we can get Arlas within range for his Thunderstep, he could get close enough to it. How do we guarantee that he can hack off a piece of this dragon? Even if that's even what we need, we're not even entirely sure. But he needs to hack off a piece. What I'm thinking is maybe, just real quick, maybe he rides with one of you until you get within range. He blinks over there, and then in the time it would take you to reach him from his teleport, you swing by, you pick him up, and you hightail it out of there to the best of your ability. Maybe that works. Maybe that's something.
We need to be inside for the connection to work.
We have to be in it.
I just need a piece. I either need a piece or I need to get close to it.
Then it is very easy.
At about this time, those of you congregated outside the hook, line, and sinker, which would be all of you, can see a steady but growing exponentially thicker line of black smoke that begins to slowly raise out of the southwest corner of the care.
This is the southwest corner?
Right, so the care, the castle walls, the southwest corner of that, you guys begin seeing smoke raising out of the destroyed ruins.
Okay.
I will.
But no evidence that the dragon's left, right? Just smoke.
Just smoke.
Okay.
Is that new as well, Glenn?
Very new. I think within the past few seconds.
Oh.
In the meanwhile, I will cast a bonfire for everybody to untar themselves and give them some bit of comfort.
Glenn, could I talk to you for a second?
Of course, I'd love to.
I pull him aside. I want to go maybe maybe down that alleyway with him, just somewhere where we're private. I take off the bandana that he gave me. I wave my hand over it and press to digitate it back to its original colors. I reach into my bag. I pull something out, wrap it up in the bandana, and I hand it to him.
I accept it.
I'm sorry about your father, Glenn. I never got a response when I messaged him. I thought it would be easier to lie to you. I know how hard it is to lose a father. I'm sorry.
I don't wish ill on you. I've killed too many people that I've called friend before. I don't wish to do it again. I do step closer to him and, like, edge out his space a little bit and say, if you lie to me about something of this magnitude again, I will hurt you.
I understand.
Probably.
What's wrong with me?
You're formidable.
This is Erlond.
I know you're quite tough. I know you're strong. And I know you're stupid.
Opens the bandana.
I open the bandana.
Inside is a small silver and gold signet ring, and on the flat face of it is the symbology of a very long bridge spanning an ocean and 2 islands, like connecting 2 islands over a long channel. This is the last thing I own of my father. I want you to have it.
Damn, that's good.
And one day if me and Anholt make it back to Avaloft, that ring will carry some weight again.
I put on the ring, and then stepping back, I say, I will personally see to it that you and your brother make it home. That's the only good that's coming out of this.
A single tear rolls down Rez's face, and I pull Glenn into the tightest hug I've given anyone in a while.
Glenn pretends to reject it, but does hug him back a little bit. Anyways, we have to go kill a dragon.
This bonfire
Agreed.
really works.
I start walking Glenn back.
With that moment of
I forgot
bonding,
to mention.
go ahead, Larry.
I was just gonna say, I forgot to mention this earlier, but do you think heat metal would do anything to the Chardalyn Dragon?
If anybody does not know the answer to this and would like to roll an Arcana or Intelligence check,
Very good idea, Larry. Let me think about it for a second.
yeah, Alistair and Ralas, it doesn't take you very long to realize that the Chardalyn Dragon with heat metal would just become very hot and very deadly.
You know, I think that would just make our problems a bit worse. Because then we'd have a scorching hot dragon that we're trying to take a piece off of.
Well, okay.
That sounds a bit painful.
I thought maybe it would do something, but it's fine.
So I have this Shadow Blade and I have the Truthsbane that could maybe cut through it. I can loan the swords to any one of you if you think you can actually have a better chance than me. Or, maybe I can get inside and work from the inside, but it is a bit risky.
Erlond,
If,
Yeah.
it takes you a while, Erlond, but you think that using heat metal on the Chardalyn Dragon is a very good idea.
I think that using heat metal on the dragon will instantly turn it to ash.
You know, that's what I was thinking too, probably, but those two say otherwise.
you know,
Larry, you're quite
Fire.
intelligent. What is your take on this, Larry?
Well, I thought, it would heat it up and then it would melt or something. I don't know.
The metal tends to be softer when it's warm. That is very true. But if we need to step on it, it gets very, very dangerous. I'm not sure.
That's true.
you know, Aralis, if we work together to get close to it, I think I could help keep us shielded. If the others perhaps draw its attention into a fight, perhaps us two could get up close to it, and together we could
Yes.
perhaps pull this off.
I have my mirror images that I can use.
And
I have Featherfall, and I have my teleport. So I guess we have good odds.
And I have Sanctuary and Shield, and I infused my armor I have, so I'm nice and robust.
Do you need a magical weapon to cut through if you get close enough?
Well, you see here, I've got this Chardalyn pickaxe. I thought that might be a good chance.
Oh, Chardalyn could cut Chardalyn, I guess.
You know, they say diamonds cut diamonds, so Chardalyn cuts Chardalyn. Just a shot in the dark, but
I say that all the time.
I have
So we-
managed to make a few shots in the dark in my time.
That might just be stupid enough to work.
Yeah, long
So-
I've
months.
also missed a few shots in the dark in your time, Alistair.
Maybe you even have a couple children out of
If
that.
we didn't need you, I'd be shooting you right now.
If
Oh, well, I do appreciate that. I do want to say one thing real quick. Once we've made a plan, let's go over it again in detail. Because I feel like we do this a lot. We all come up with a plan, and then we go in, and
So-
then some people are on one plan, and one people are on another plan. It's
Larry's on their own plan.
What-
yeah,
what I'm
Larry's always
thinking-
Larry just doesn't listen.
What I'm thinking is me and Aralis are going to move in on the dragon, while Erlon and Larry are on the Gryphon, trying to keep it sandwiched between the air and the ground so it doesn't just fly off on us.
okay, yeah.
And
you
then
said that you
Glyn-
thought- yes. Go on.
You're easily the toughest of all of us. You're the toughest bastard. You and Rory, I think, stand the best chance of drawing its attention down on the ground and giving
Yeah.
it a decent fight. And Rez, if you could just be dishing out whatever support you can to anyone and everyone.
No, I reckon.
Well, you know-
I reckon Rez and Rory could keep me alive long enough for this to maybe work.
Yes, I do
You-
agree. Rory and I should be ground support for Glenn. We shall stand back, Glenn.
And once
Good luck.
once we get to the dragon, Aralis, if he could watch my back as I establish a connection, we could end this fight sooner than we could ever hope. Because
So
this
let me
thing did
rephrase.
wreck. It's wrecked several towns. I don't think we want to go toe to toe with it, but if we can keep it busy long enough to get this connection up and going, maybe we'll
So
have
we
a chance.
need the 2 Gryphons for the crew that are doing a distraction. We keep them as low to the ground as possible for me to maybe teleport on it. Will you be riding a Gryphon? Do you plan being on foot or on the Gryphons?
I was gonna try and sneak up on it, honestly.
Well,
that's a
if we
good
all
idea.
want to sneak up together, if we end up abandoning this plan, I don't think we should. This is a great one to kind of picture it from several angles. But I do have, and I pull my fingers apart, very like almost like I'm doing one of those like cat's cradles kind of things. I like pull my fingers apart, and just shadow comes between them, and I snap them back, and it's gone. I do have some things that will allow the ground forces around us, around me specifically, to be incredibly stealthy.
Okay, so Alistar tries to be stealthy. We have options for that. I can ride the horse, which is that very nice steed. It goes 100 yards in very small seconds. It is quite fast. All I need is to be 90 feet close to him to teleport on top of him. So that maybe you go stealth and I can be the second wave. And if it goes crazy, we have the crew on the Gryphons to actually distract its laser through the sky. I'll give you my wand, which has a 3rd level sending on it. Alistar, this wand will allow you to communicate with one of us. So in the urgency of the action that can happen, you'll be able to communicate from a distance as you do your thing. And my understanding is we distract it or we destroy it. but I think you want to keep it. I understand that slightly. It's very subtle.
I would like to keep it. I mean, I spent all this time making a control for it. We saw what the Duragar did controlling this thing. If we could take control, I mean, that's quite a tool to have. And
This
you know,
thing-
the ship I did have my eyes on kind of got blown up, so I'd like some sort of at least spare parts to go towards future projects. And I'd like
As
them to
often
be in
as I
one
disagree
piece.
with, as often as I disagree with Alistair, sorry, Captain Davies, I think he's making a good point. This thing has leveled several towns, killed probably hundreds of people. I don't think we stand a chance of taking it down outright. This thing is a giant. Look at Irwin. Look at Larry's device. That thing is huge and it's taken some hits. The dragon is 50 times the size, made of an incredibly strong metal. I don't think we stand a chance of slaughtering it outright. But I agree with Alistair. If we can find a way to...
And lads, I don't think this dragon's the end of the line.
What do you mean? It's... What?
I think
How?
there could be more beyond the dragon.
What? But we can't... No, I disagree. The dragon is the last thing we do, and then I go home.
Alright, do you want to ride home on a dragon?
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
I have one question. Does anyone have a shield I could borrow for this? I tend to not use one. I think now I
Ooh.
might.
I think I looted a shield way back.
You did indeed.
Yes, I do have. I have a full plate shield, I believe.
Might I borrow it?
Yes, I have a full plate shield. It was with a full plate armor. So yes.
As he removes the shield, you see this very well-crafted steel piece of smithwork. And on the front, etched in a very subtle engraving, you do see emblazoned the symbol of the Zintarim, two dragons that curl up in what looks like distal flames in the background.
And before I give it to him, I'm going to use one of my infusions, which is enhanced defense, so the shield has a +1 bonus to its AC.
So
There
it's
you
a
go.
+3 to my AC in total?
That's right, but unfortunately you will not be able to use the scimitar. You do have a longsword, though.
Yes.
Alright.
This is that signet ring, by the way, Glenn.
Oh, very nice.
Plus, yeah,
I like the
I'm wearing it right
perspective
now.
with the clouds. Very cool.
That is actually very nice. Good job.
Alright.
It's the relatively...
And
never mind.
No, it's very impressive. With that,
I'm
as
going
you guys have
to-
devised this plan, go ahead, Alistair.
I'm going to use my tools real quick on my very luscious coat with its fur lining, and I will do another infusion on it, and I will give it the qualities of a cloak of elven kind. So I will infuse it with the magic of a cloak of elven kind,
Didn't mean to
which
drop that.
so perception checks made on me, well, any wisdom checks made on me, but specifically perception, have disadvantage, and I have advantage on dexterity checks while I'm wearing this.
Of course. Now, you've used one infused item for the shield, another for the Cloak of Elven Kind. Are you still maintaining your third on the Bag of Holding?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have a fourth.
Yes. So I have a free spot still.
Good to know.
Yes.
Alright. So as you do that and bestow yourself with that advantage, Glyn, you're armored up, and Orlas, you yourself are ready to go with your new spells. What would you guys like to do first?
Should we
Okay.
perhaps take a rest before we
Let's-
go charging into battle?
Do we have time to take a rest?
Well, oh, that's a good
That's a
question.
better point.
let's real quick, regardless of taking rest or not, let's run through everybody's responsibilities.
Let's divide into teams. There's ground team, me, Glenn, and Rory. What is our team name? Team fuck shit up?
No, team hold the line. We are team hold the line.
All right, that's
Team
good.
holds the line. Okay, good. I like that. Then we've got Alistair, solo team, right?
Sabotage.
Okay, so we've
Team
got
sabotage.
holds the line, team sabotage. We've got Erland and Larry.
Hold
Team-
the sky.
Ooh, team airstrike. Ooh,
That's pretty good, actually.
team airstrike. I like that. So we've got holds the line, team hold the line, team sabotage, team airstrike, and then we have a Rallis.
I am going to be
Team-
team grab a piece, not a piece, a piece. Yes.
Team grab a piece. What about
Team grab a-
What about team capture the team?
Team capture.
Ooh, team capture's not bad. Team retrieve. No, team get the thing. Team
Retrieve.
team
Take a
grab and
piss.
bring back.
Team Rory.
Team Rory.
That's not going to get confusing. Okay, team
That's
bull
tomato
rider.
teams.
You know what you're doing.
As you guys are devising
Yes,
team
okay.
names, you watch as the man who is speaking oddly in the tavern walks out with his wife and small child. As he does so, you hear him mumbling to himself, "Oh yeah, Chardalyn Dragon, eh? Ain't too bad. Yeah." And he begins walking away from you guys and up to the king.
Oh,
As he's passing, can I cast Detect Thoughts on him?
Sure.
cool spell.
Nice.
Cool spell.
With Detect Thoughts, you hear a number of murmurings and these kind of esoteric, detached, and incomprehensible sentences. You've heard people with this line of thinking before and suspect that he is charmed.
Oh fuck, I can't.
Fuck. Okay.
Who needs a rest? Who needs a bit of a rest? Can a short rest do anything for anyone?
I believe everyone is at full health.
With seeing that he fuck, I'm burning through spells. Okay, seeing that he's slightly charmed, I cast Charm Person on him myself.
All right.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna look that up real
Pretty
quick.
cool.
Yeah, this is, I like this, like, you know, I recently rewatched all the Harry Potter movies, and it's like in the first one where Snape and Professor Quirrell are, like, both fighting to keep Harry off or on the broomstick. This is very
Yeah. I like pulling out spells and like that I haven't used yet, and then you guys just go, ooh.
cool. That's fun. As a paladin, I thought I got a lot more spells as a paladin. I don't get
No,
dick
your
for
spells cap at 5.
Yeah, it's kind of shit, but whatever. My paladins are fun. I get to punch shit, so that's fun.
This is crazy.
Yeah, Garrett, how are you going to rule this?
Unfortunately, that does not work. And
No!
he continues
He
on his
doesn't have to
walk.
make a save?
Mm-mm. You can't. If you use charm against someone who is already charmed, it doesn't work.
Oh, that's horrible.
You're the DM.
D&D
It's your rule. Fine.
sucks.
Okay, work with it. Would I have known that going in? Like, would Rez have known that?
Here's what I will do.
That you can't.
Here's what I will do.
What was it?
Here's what I will do.
Okay, well.
Using
let's-
his stat block, I'll roll a charisma saving throw.
You're
Which
muted.
he. Okay, what is the DC on the spell?
16.
All right, he fails, and is now charmed.
Okay, as he, like, kind of, huh? I go, friend! Oh, it's so great to see you again. Why don't you come here? Bring your family. Tell us, where were you going? It's such a crazy night.
I'm not sure, really. I was walking around, and he kind of looks about. What the hell's going on? Oh no, everyone's dead! And about that time, you see his
Oh.
wife. Oh, hold, Blake, stop! No! What in the bloody hell's is this?
I
Oh,
approach
you're
him.
fine,
I
my friend.
approach him. I tell him who I am. I'm Glenn Connick, Glenn of Connick, whatever you prefer. My father, Egglander, he owned the hook, line, and sinker. Okay, you're right. Everyone's dead. Egglander's dead too, but you know what? You and I, we're alive. We're gonna try to keep it that way. And if we want to keep it that way, I need you to stay here.
Make a persuasion check, Glenn.
If you don't stay put, Rory's gonna have to kiss you, and you don't want that.
That's pretty
Alright.
good.
Let's
That's
go,
pretty good.
23. Let's go, Paladin.
Yeah, I knew you, Paul. Alright, I guess we'll just go on and stay with the others.
Yep. Stay with the others. Care to whoever you can. Keep track of your family. If you feel the urge to leave again, tell somebody, okay? Would you please?
Right. Well met. He
Um,
shoves off his child and the wife towards the tavern. As he opens
Question.
the door, he has a similar episode where he states, "Oh my god, I was dead in here too!"
you said roll a persuasion, correct?
And so, yeah, you're right. You're right. That was a perception.
roll?
What is your...
Oh shit!
What is
My
your...
persuasion.
Yeah, but he
okay,
still
my,
rolled a natural 19.
I know, I
persuasion's
just
a
want to
2.
know his bonus.
My
It's a two.
persuasion bonus is a 2.
Hey.
It's a 21.
Good catch. Good catch, Remy. So, with that, as he returns into safety, you guys can retain your conversation.
Alistair, do you have any way to warn us if grabbing a piece doesn't work, and we need to start fighting the thing? Will you be able to tell us, like, at some point, just kill it?
Listen, honestly, I understand where you're coming from. We are about to bog down this plan so hard. At some point, I feel like we have to just commit to whatever's going on. If the item's not been retrieved, I think we just have to freestyle, right?
I'm not very good with music.
Oh, I'm
I'm-
great with it.
This is great.
I'm going for the dragon. Regardless of what you're doing, I'm going to do everything I can to get up close to the dragon and take control.
Okay, I do have a question. I want to throw this out there. I have the capability of making one person... Well, actually, let me double check this. This might take out my... Nope, can't cast it at higher levels. I can make one of us. I think the best option would be Glenn. I can make one of us incredibly fast during a fight.
Okay, what would I do when I was fast?
Well,
You
you'd be able to run twice as far. You would be able to do almost twice as much as you usually would.
Okay.
But there is a drawback. If I drop concentration on it in the middle of the fight, or if something else causes me to drop, you will suffer the effects of being stunned for a short amount of time. So it's an awesome drawback.
Being stunned, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
Out again, you'd be stunned for a round.
I think that we're already throwing a real Hail Mary. I think we're already trying to hatch a plan that's nigh impossible. I think adding one more little kink in the chain isn't the worst thing we could do if it increases our chances for a little bit, right? Do we agree?
Rez,
I
all
think
you
it
have
would
to do
be-
is hide better.
Yeah, I think it would be beneficial to us, and I have a plan for myself.
So, Glenn, you know what a triangle is, correct?
Familiar with triangles? Seen them.
Okay, so if somebody spits in a triangle angle, very close. Well, if you are the one that the beast is trying to hit and you are very fast, what you want to do is not stay close to our friends. You understand the process of being alone in the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that I'm quite alone on this one. I will say, real quick, Rez, before we talk too much about this, is there? Do I have to stick so close to you during the spell, or can I travel freely?
Just initially.
Just initially,
Just-
and then I can travel.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. Then I'm in.
And remember, guys,
Garrett,
we
you gave a
keep the
smile.
thing-
Am I wrong on that?
Go ahead, Joe, what were you going to say?
we keep the beast as close to the ground as possible.
And what'd you say, Eric?
You gave a weird smile when I said that. He doesn't have like. I feel like that kind of defeat the purpose of haste if he had to stay within 30 feet of me.
Nah, he
Let me
can
look it
go
up real
further.
Oh.
Wait.
No, that's not how
Shout
haste
out.
works. I mean, if you cast haste, he can even go to a different dimension. He'll do
Shout
that.
out to the Roll20 name. Let me look that up real quick.
I was just about to say, yeah.
There you go.
DM, I'll need access to a Phantom Steed sheet, and I sent you a token.
You did, huh?
Can be set in a bathroom break of some sort. No rush.
Can't be done now. But with that, what would you guys like to do?
I'm ready to
like we
break
are
when you
ready.
are.
So to clarify as to where I'm going to be during all this, we're in the hook, line, and sinker right now, right? And then the
Indeed.
ruined
We're,
like,
tear
right
is
outside.
Where the Chardalyn Dragon is, that is correct.
Yes. Okay.
You
so
ever seen a winter rabbit?
No.
That's you.
Probably.
Yes,
So
exactly.
to draw attention away from where everyone's holed up in the hook, line, and sinker, I want to say that whenever we do go out, I want to be standing like here. Or
Okay.
here.
Okay. You
Well,
want to
Why
here
not
is
just
where the
get
beast
all the
be.
way up to Caradan of All?
Do you want me
Yeah.
to go and like? Am I going to be like up next
Well,
to it, or are we drawing it out towards?
I say, team, hold the line. We stealth up to, like, the edge of the care
Okay.
and wait for everyone else to be in position. Who
Okay.
is going to be the first one to come out? What is the signal for us to
Well,
come
I think
out? What-
Alistar
I
is
think
going
it
to
should
be
be Erlond and Larry coming over.
I think Alistar needs to be stealth first, and we make no sound and we don't approach it. And as things get crazy, everybody else goes in.
I would like to take the Gryphons up with Larry quite early, considering the dragon is coming from the sky. It
No, he's
gives a
down.
little bit of a
He's sleeping
better
in the
chance.
castle. And remember, we need to keep him close to the ground, I think. So, stealth first. And Alistar, do you have a way to make a sound? I have a bit of a signal whistle here I can loan you.
That could be helpful, yeah.
So you have my wand with the sending spell. You have my signal whistle. So if you whistle, we will understand that the stealth plan has not worked, and everybody gets activated. I call that
Okay.
the launch.
So Glenn, Rory, and I think we should start making our way up to the care.
I'll
Alistair
get in position, and once you all draw out the dragon's attention, get them truly distracted, then I'll begin my approach in.
Okay, Alistair, if you want to sneak up to Zakir, you and Aurelius, if it's a 5 of us, want to sneak up to Zakir, and then you guys can go your separate ways to get into position. I can make sure we get there incredibly stealthily. There's no reason to break us up before we get to Zakir, when we're all headed that way anyway.
Aurelius, do you want to move in on the dragon on opposite sides, kind of pinch her?
Yes, my understanding is that whatever sides he shoots, the other one can approach. I'm very, very fast on the horse, I'm not gonna lie, but things can get crazy, We try to plan our best, and then life throws you a rock to the face.
I think it would be good if the three ground teams were to kind of like a team hold the line, waits right outside of where the arrow is to the ruined care. One of you guys waits over here where it says 2, and the other one waits up here. Because I feel like then we've got on the ground, we've got it surrounded on 3 sides, and then we've got it coming in from the air with team airstrike.
I can take up the position at the T, since Aurelius is going to be faster.
Okay.
He
Yeah,
could
so
get around to the far side a bit easier.
we can all stealth up to the arrow where it says ruined care, and then we can all just break off, and then unfortunately I won't be able to help you guys with stealth anymore.
It is a great plan. You know who we should have bring with us today? I think Marchand would have been a great winter rabbit as well. Next time.
Oh, is that the bull?
So, Glenn,
We could,
you know when you
paint him
are
up
in
as
a
a target.
corridor. Glenn, you know when you are in a corridor, you have a beer in your hand, and then you see somebody coming at you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go right," and then he goes right, and then you say, "Oh, I'm gonna go left," and he goes left, and then you do that the whole thing. You do it all over again. So sometimes you gotta go left, and right. You know. So when you're dodging the dragon, you gotta do those kind of things. You know. I know as a paladin, you are very fierce and brave. But a little bit of a feint here and there will save your life. I mean, help you.
Aralas, you know I've killed a lot of people, right? Like a
Yes.
lot of them. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure that we're on the same page right here.
But this is a dragon with a cannon.
I'm also saying, I fought outside of my scope before. I feel pretty good with the support that I have. But I
This is
appreciate you
great.
thinking of me.
Remember, left, right.
Left, right, got it.
And sometimes you gotta dip and dodge. You remember the game we played with the ball? It's all about
Actually, I don't think I played that one.
Oh, well, you gotta dance. Dance is all you need to think about.
Okay, cool.
Everybody, roll me a perception check.
Yes.
And what if I don't wanna?
No, you don't have to.
It's okay. I did.
All
I'm sorry.
right. Rez, you are the only one who notices that plume of smoke is growing larger and larger. And as a matter of fact, you see what looks like some bright hints of purple, green, and blue just sparse throughout the smoke.
I think we need to go now. I point towards the care and all the smoke, and I say, I think we need to. Whatever plan, I don't think we have any more time to plan. We need to go now. Whatever's
Ready.
happening there, it needs to be stopped. We need to go now. And
Alright.
I whoosh my hands
Going with-
together and I clap, but it's a completely silent clap. And I cast Pass Without a Trace, and all the different colors of like the night snow and the rime kind of just reflect off of us and make us blend into like the snow and the street, and even like looking at us, like at each other in this 30-foot zone, it's almost hard to see each other. So everyone within 30 feet of me gets a +10 to their stealth.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
As this occurs and you guys join Rez in his initial assault of the castle, you guys each begin ascending. Glenn, are you breaking off from the group to get a different angle, or are you accompanying them on their initial ascent?
No, I think Rez, myself, and Rory are the three that are going to be sticking together for the entire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
As you guys
And then
begin,
everyone else is just gonna break
Erland
off.
is going to hop up on a griffin and have Larry hop up either with him or on the other griffin, whichever one she would prefer.
Remember,
I'll just
the
get
whistle
on the same
is the
one.
signal.
I think we only need the one.
Okay.
Hey, you hear the whistle, plan failed, just kill it. But wait for the whistle.
One whistle we distract, two whistles we attack.
I'll be waiting
That
for the
sounds
two
good.
whistles.
And
So the
Erland
whistle is the sign.
will take off.
Alright. On the way to the castle, the rest of you on foot see some sights. In an alleyway, you see a woman with a bag of potatoes struggling with a half-orc that's much greater than her size. As he rips the bag from her hands, she spills out in the ground, and he runs into the darkness with her food. As you guys are approaching the castle, now still in your stance, you see actually 3 villagers huddling together with warmth, and with a single lingering flame that's been sparked from a tinderbox. They are carotted in a small corner outside of the castle wall. As they look up, they are going to make me a perception check. Can't see very well. And I don't spot
Shouldn't we all
you.
make stealth checks as well?
No, with your Pass Without a Trace, you guys have an average that you cannot roll beneath. So as long as they don't roll above that, you're good. As that occurs, you guys come to get your positions. Everybody find your token on this new screen. As you guys linger up now from the south, coming northward, you see the ruins before you and the castle wall. walls. As you guys are drawn out now, if you would like to draw any closer, you will need to make a stealth check.
So
You just remember
we're
Glenn and Rory next to me get +10.
so we're at the point where Team Hold the Line is going to be taking up.
If that is your plan.
And which way would it be to get to where I was planning to hide out?
That's a good question. So this is true with cardinal directions. As you guys are coming up this hill, it's about 10 feet up. Would you like to come from the west, try to flank it in some way?
Yeah.
Erland is just flying around, so I don't know where to put my thing.
That's all right. Erland, would you like to sail over the Care this time as well?
Yeah.
As you do so, I need you to roll me another perception check.
Ooh.
Me as well?
I believe so.
Yes,
Since
Larry.
you were with me.
As you guys go over the top, Erland and Larry, you look down. Beyond that low lingering light that the Chardalyn Dragon exhumes, you see where the smoke is coming from. Larry and Erland, immediately below you, you guys can see an active furnace. However, no one is tending it. A hammer swings on its own magically, and in front of it, Erland, you see on the anvil, a small Chardalyn Dragon is being constructed, not too dissimilar from that which you saw Alistair possessing. And with that,
Battle's on a timer.
we're going to take a bathroom break.
No.
Sweet.
Erland and Larry, as you guys cycle over the top and you look straight down, I'm going to drag your tokens because inside you can see what's working on in this room. Though invisible to you, you do see hammers working, tools moving about, all to construct this pseudo-dragon that lurks in the center. And Larry and Erland, as you get to this point in the sky with your Gryphons, Erland, you see a similar sign as the Chardalyn Dragon's hinged maw swings open, that same radiant laser forms. At about this time,
No.
Alistair, you're
Oh.
the only one close enough.
She lost
Roll
this
me
too.
a perception check.
Look.
Garrett moving Orly ahead. I can see something in a building. I think you're not.
Girl.
You don't mean us for us to see it. I'll just do that.
And I'm going to add 4 to my roll, just FYI.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
Okay.
like any blood marks.
Alistair, you hear a sound.
Uh-oh.
What languages do you
Uh-oh.
speak?
I speak Common and Undercommon.
In Undercommon, you hear Clondorn, the same wizard who once swore allegiance to Zardarok Sunblight. Quick, my apprentice, they are drawing close. And by the way, I do intend for Orly to be able to see that, Joe.
Thank you.
Making
sure.
And right as we begin diverging and splitting as a party, I'm going to
And the other one is loose, by the way.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on Glenn. Any creature that tries to make an attack on Glenn will have to succeed a Wisdom saving throw. That's a 15 on the DC. Otherwise, they will not be able to hit him, or they'll have to choose a new target.
Alright, as you guys are getting in your position right after you cast the spell, you all hear or see, depending on your position relative, the Chardalyn Dragon. As it opens its mouth again, Erland and Larry, make me a dexterity saving throw. Go ahead.
While this is happening, I would like to use my channel divinity and cast marine layer. So in 20 feet in all directions around me, a thick fog spreads, and it follows me as I move. So that's what's going on now.
I'm thinking to myself that those guys did not understand the first whistle.
of
As
stealth,
as you
attempting
guys-
to stealth.
As the Gryphons come over the Chardalyn Dragon, it lifts its head up. Larry, you flinch as both of you are consumed with this yellow, radiant energy. As the smoke settles, Erlond is unconscious, and so are you, Larry.
This could not have gone worse.
What?
As you guys beneath hear a from behind, suddenly, Alistair, you watch as the Gryphon lands, and out fall Erlond and Larry.
Are they that close to me?
They are.
The fall damage is going to kill them.
They never fell from the Gryphon. The Gryphon just flew down.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to Larry, and I'm casting a Cure Wounds on Larry. 8 points of healing.
Larry, suddenly, in that warmth of the light, you open your eyes, and you are in cold snow, looking up at the bottom of a Gryphon and at Alistair.
Did we do it?
Little one, you kind of jumped the gun a bit. Get up, go get Erlon up, and wait for the whistle. Alright?
Okay.
We're about ready to make our move, and at that I'm going to break and go over this way.
Can I just like slap Erlond awake, or should I also cast Cure Wounds?
Make a medicine check.
The castle is supposed to be in ruins. Do I know if there's a passageway on this very side, or do I know there is not?
You don't see one on the east, but with Orly scouting, you do find one on the north side.
Perfect. I will make my way smoothly. I'll ask Orly maybe to hide around the tower here. And like very small little fucking bird, and I will make my way, I guess, half a distance until the party gets there.
All right, Larry. As a matter of fact, Larry, you do know that Erlond is unconscious and nearing death. He requires a spell of some sort to heal him. All right. Okay, with that, Erlond, you too wake up as the Gryphons land side by side.
Come on, we have to go.
Well, that was very interesting. I'm gonna hop back up on the Griffin, and I'm just gonna wait right there on the ground, you know?
All right. Just so you guys know, the health aura API is broken, so I will tell you if someone looks damaged or healed. You're just gonna let me know. Erlond and Larry are both very hurt.
Do we need to roll an initiative or something? If
I
not,
think it'd be best.
If not, I'm starting our journey. Like, I'm starting our part of the plan. If we don't
Okay.
roll.
No, you guys don't need to roll initiative yet. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm just gonna start, I'm gonna move up this way. I'm assuming that I'm being followed. I can't really see Dick. But I'm going through this hole. I'm assuming that the people that are following me are supposed to be following me. And I'm gonna make a bunch of noise.
Gavin,
Okay,
can you see your surroundings?
To an extent, yeah.
You know, let me just look at what you're looking at really quick, just to make sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember the signal whistle part of the plan.
Yeah, I'm staying with Glenn because he needs my stealth.
All right, Glenn.
And I also have marine layer up, so it just kind of looks like fog.
Yeah. Through that foggy layer and with Rez's pass without a trace. Is that what you're using, Rez?
Yeah.
Go ahead
And it lasts for an hour.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, both of you.
Of course.
Now it's going to be a +10, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, Rez, you do the same. Very nice.
Nice.
So with a 23 and an 18, you guys watch as the fumes of yellow smoke linger through the orifices of the Chardalyn Dragon as it brings its head down. Once again, it does not notice you. And with that, you guys feel like it doesn't see you at all. You're free to go on.
I look at Glenn, and very quietly I say, once I cast a spell, You have 1 minute, so we need to be sure it's the right time when I cast this spell. And I'm going to start holding haste.
Okay, absolutely.
Not like actually holding it, like readying an action. I'm like getting ready to cast it on him.
Let's get a little closer, and maybe you stand back a little bit, and I'll go up the stairs in front of us. Does that sound fair? And then I'm just gonna go.
I say we just wait right here until we get the signal, and then I will hit you with haste, and you will be able to get lickety split right up to the dragon.
Okay, if we're holding spells, then I would like to hold compelled duel for whenever we get the signal. It's a bonus action, and whenever we get whenever we first hear the whistle, I would like to cast compelled duel on the Chardalyn Dragon. It's a
and whenever we hear the whistle, I'm casting haste on.
All right.
Glenn.
Good to know. As they are in there waiting, Alistair, are you still bounding over the west flank?
Yep, I'm making my way.
All right. As you bound over Alistair, you go up. Make me a perception check. Alistair, as you bound the corner, you see something stretching out through the darkness. There is a red, bearded dwarf that appears as though he is lingering out of the ruins. As he looks up, you watch as his eyes meet the back of the Chardalyn Dragon's head. He rings his hand over a great axe and begins to take a step forward. It is Vondel.
Could I... Okay. We know Vondel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
He is the dwarf who possessed the Red Yeti and took you guys to kill them.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yeah. That was that session I wasn't here for. Okay. So, I know him. I'm cool with him. He hasn't seen me, has he?
He is not.
I'm gonna step forward and try and like get his attention with like a small hand wave, just like or maybe like a shiny bit of gold that I try and like get light to like hit him in the eye or something. You know?
Sure. As you determine the
Like I'm pulling a
trajectory
prank in 5th grade.
and get the rime-light to shoot in his direction, make me a stealth check.
Okay. And I have advantage on stealth checks right now.
Alright. With that, Vondel is going to roll a matching perception. +1. As he looks over in your direction. Chardalyn Dragon, look nice. Look warm. He begins walking towards the dragon as he takes another step.
Ah, shit. Is he charmed? Could I do an insight check to see, like, if he seems to be in a clear headspace?
He seems to be charmed.
Okay. Cool. And which way is the Chardalyn Dragon facing? Like,
It is currently facing south as it rears back its head from striking Erlond and Lake.
So I'm kind of like coming up to its back, more or less.
From its side.
Okay. I'm
It's facing
gonna
south, you're
make
moving
my
west.
I'm gonna make my move up to this wall. I'm staying low, getting close to it, and I've got like my collar turned up on my coat, which is now like white as the snow to kind of like blend me in with the snow.
From there, Alistair, something else catches your eye. The sunlight from that small room to your south hits your eyes, and as you look down, you see a magical force field. Inside, an anvil and furnace, and on the anvil, a small Chardalyn pseudo-dragon.
Fuck. So I'm assuming they're building another control for the dragon.
It appears to be.
Would I know if their control could override my control?
You would not.
I want to do an Arcana check on the force field.
Alright. That is Tiny Hut.
Okay. And Tiny Hut I can't, like, shoot into, can I?
No, you're aware that you can only shoot out of it. However, you also know that it can be deactivated with the use of Dispel Magic.
Right.
Which you know I can do.
Oh, the Wand of Sending. I can send a message, right?
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to
25
send
words.
it in 5 words?
25.
25. Going to send a message to Aralis. Tiny Hut force field on new Tiny Dragon. Can you help? This side. I'm sending that.
Or less, as you get the message, are you coming around the backside and entering, or do you want to circumvent?
That's what she said.
I will reply in 25 words. Waiting 5 seconds. If whistle, coming fast. If not, coming slow. Will
Okay.
dispel. I'm okay. I'll wait 5
This
seconds.
spell make us cavemen.
Okay, in that 5 seconds, Alistair's gonna think about it, and he's going to continue pushing forward, and now he's going to try and, like, loop around the back of the dragon.
Okay, so
Going-
I can
going
do
forward, being
100
spooky.
feet, 100 feet full movement. I'll do stealth, so I got 50. I'll
Alistair,
go.
I should say really
I'll-
quickly, as you get to
I'll go
that
around.
point, you can see through the window, and crossing, you can see inside. Do you recognize that kobold?
Oh no! Oh no! Can I use the sending wand again, or is that just...
Unfortunately not.
God damn it.
Alas, what would you like to do?
Well, I moved farther away a bit, and I'm keeping my head low. I'm thinking this is a hill going down,
It is.
so I'm trying to keep my just the top of my. Actually, I'm gonna just slide my hat down for a second to pass, and yeah, I'll go the long way around because I didn't hear no whistle. So I'm doing the second 50 yards. Can I make out where it's originating from? From where I'm at?
From where the light is originating from, or from where the spell is originating from?
The hut itself that I'm being told.
Yes, even from here through the ruined tower, you can see to the south, and you can see the light being cast from the forge and permeating through the purplish green hut wall. And you do know it's coming from here.
Okay, so as I see it, I understand we need a bit of a dispel. So I would cast it.
Alright, and can you see from that angle?
I can if I move my one token one step.
Alright, yeah, and you can see through that door. So with that range, go ahead and cast the spell.
Oh, actually,
you
let me
did.
check range. I want to make sure. Yeah, 120. Okay, so I am casting it.
Immediately, Glenn, Rez, Erlund, and Larry, you hear a definite, "What in the hells?" And something in Undercommon, which only Rez and Alistair realize. "Do not worry, my apprentice. I will check the surroundings." And about that time, you guys do see emerging Klondorn, the Durgar wizard, as he appears in the light. Alistair, I need you to make me another stealth check.
At advantage, and they have disadvantage. And they have disadvantage.
And Glenn and Rez see him, correct?
They do indeed. I need you to make me a stealth check as well, as you use your somatic requirement to cast that spell or less.
120 feet away?
That's right.
Okay, so stealth. Okay, here we go. This is a good day to die.
Alright. Klondorn rolled a 25. At disadvantage, it's a 22. As he looks up and locks eyes onto you, Alistair.
I'm blowing the whistle.
As the
I'm fucking blowing the whistle.
And
I
as the
cast
whistle is
haste.
blown, everybody roll. Wait.
I also have compelled duel held for the whistle.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
How do I go about the steed? Does he go on my turn or is it separate?
He'll go on your turn, and you can just command him. However, he will not be able to do attacks if he's moving. So, like, if you use him to move, he can't do an attack at the end of that.
Okay.
All right.
High stakes, guys.
Great Heart. What a name. Orly winning the initiative. What else is new? The Chardalyn Dragon will also roll initiative.
Does
4.
my compelled duel spell go off first, like before any combat goes off? Since I had
Of course.
Okay.
And
My
you were
haste
holding...
as well.
Yes, and were you hasting Glenn?
I am hasting Glenn, yeah.
All right, then that checks.
Compelled duel is a wisdom saving throw that competes against my spell save DC, which is a 13.
Thank you for telling me that.
Also, Glenn,
Does-
you get a +2 to your AC.
Awesome. I get a +2 to my AC. My AC's fucking 23 now. God damn.
All right, since he has advantage on was it a
Can't
first
say the
level
same.
spell? The Chardalyn Dragon has rolled a 19. As is unaffected by the spell, you guys watch as it pushes itself up and becomes stalwart. Alistair and Larry.
Ah, you bitch! I cutting words it.
All right, with your reaction.
You're gonna have to cut it pretty deep.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
Larry and Alistair, as it raises up, you guys can barely see bolts and loose gaskets fall off of it. It appears as though the Chardalyn Dragon was halfway through being repaired. And so, cutting words. It's not the Chardalyn Dragon's turn yet. We'll take this against his next thing. Is there anything else you want to do, Rez, since you did activate haste?
Yeah, and that cutting words, was that not against his save for compelled duel?
Oh, is that what you intended it to be? Alright.
Yeah.
So with that, as the Chardalyn Dragon does get in its upright state, Glenn, even through the fog with its true sight, it makes eye contact with you through these yellow bulbs that begin tracking your movement.
All right, sweet. So the cutting words. Wow, did you do that? Did you just do that shit?
He did.
That's the
Yep.
first time that spell's worked this entire campaign.
Yeah, I know.
Literally. Bravo. What is Orly doing? Or less.
Ollie, I'm really sorry. This may go very bad, but warn the crew about this person's location. And he's gonna fly a good 60. And he's gonna start as the whistle just whistled. And he's gonna just fly and look at the man and that's Orly's turn.
In a thick, common accent, the man looks into the eyes of Orly. Your death is carried on dragon's wings. As he turns his direction back towards Alistair,
Takes a little shit.
is Orly's turn over, as it...
He's gonna take a small little bit of a white creamy shit. Keep doing his thing.
Erland, as you are back with Larry, you guys both hear the whistle, and Rory runs up to your aid. As she does so, before combat starts, Rory is going to cast Prayer of Healing. Larry, and Erland, you guys both gain 6 points.
Sweet.
Rory likes friends.
So Erland is going to mount the Griffin, and then is there a way that we can just go like straight up really high, like not disturb anybody, just like shoot into the air?
Sure, and now that the Chardalyn Dragon is actually confused and disoriented, you guys both suspect that now would be a good time. So, as you guys get on the same Griffin once more?
Yep.
Alright, you guys begin flying up.
Did this Griffin take damage?
It did not.
Okay, then yes.
Alright. Alistair, you look up, and behind Clondorn you see rising 2 Griffins that begin summoning into the clouds. How high do you get?
I'd say not above the clouds, but I'd like to be high enough to where we can kind of like eyeball the entire area with just like a glance and like circling that area.
Maximum for the Griffin right now is 80 feet. So you guys can get up to 80 feet if you so wish.
Okay, let's do that then.
Alright, as you guys begin rising up, you're now 80 feet, I will say right here. And you guys are above everybody looking down. Does that end your turn, or Erland?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Up next, Alistair, what would you like to do?
I'd like to continue stealthing up behind the dragon.
Okay.
I'm trying to get to about here. Okay, you get the idea.
That's right. As you look around, make me a tinkering check.
Okay. Intelligence +3.
Alright, as you spool around, you can't find any access panel or noticeable area where you can make this attunement. However, you do remember something. The belly of the beast opens into its interior as you witness with Urlas and Glyn. You suspect that would be the best way to attune the device.
So it's standing up now.
Yes, not its hind legs, but just propped up, suspecting an oncoming assault.
Okay. Real quick, let me read something. Okay. I've got a bit of a wild idea. If, hypothetically, if I cast Shatter over here, like on this side of the dragon, to draw its attention away as I moved up along this side and slid under its belly.
I would allow that. I would allow that with an acrobatics check.
And acrobatics.
Indeed.
Since I have the Cloak of Elven Kind, which gives me advantage on dexterity, would that apply to my...
it would have advantage. However,
okay.
that is if the spell succeeds. So go ahead and cast it.
Okay.
As you go to cast the spell, nothing comes out. And as you turn around, you see a little bit of purple arcana that returns to Clongdorn's fingers. He has just cast Counterspell.
Okay. Okay.
Would I counterspell the counterspell if I am in range?
You may be.
Hold on, let me see. 60
Okay,
feet. I think
perfect.
I don't. Hold on, I think I don't reach it.
Oh,
Hey man, I do. But yeah, I do.
as he
Do I
casts
see
it,
him?
as he casts it at 6th level, you're gonna have to make me an Arcana check plus 3 to the
My
DC.
fucking god.
So that's
Okay.
gonna be a DC of 15, I believe.
concentrate, or I'll concentrate.
And as it comes wide, his counter
That's
spell
what she
still
said.
wins. As that spell is inert, that is your action, Alistair. What else would you like to do?
Okay. God, this is. Okay. Slightly different idea. If I Eldritch Cannoned the dragon in the back of the head, could I potentially distract it long enough for me to pull off the same move?
Sure, yeah, with your bonus action, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm going for.
Whoop. And with advantage, 16 damage of bludgeoning hits the back of this creature's head. Steam and yellow frosty snow that had accumulated in its articulated neck is loosened. And immediately the giant beast turns its attention back. However, as it does, Alistair, you're too sneaky. Go ahead and roll with your acrobatics check.
With advantage.
Yes.
I now have to admit, as much as I don't want to,
Oh,
a
nat 20.
compelled duel only works so long as none of my allies hit the creature.
Alright,
So
so as
with that
compelled
compelled-
duel fails, Alistair, with your natural 20, you dexterously swing under its legs. So now it's looking towards Vondel, even though you're near the party. As you reach up, you can see where the seam line for the entryway enters, but you have no way of opening it, as you've just used your action and your bonus action.
Okay, I am.
But you're ready.
That's my turn, and I am not blowing 2 calls on the whistle. I believe in myself.
Good job. And with that, it is Timothy's turn. As Timothy runs out the door. What in the elves is happening out here? As he looks around, he does see Larry and Erland. Larry! What are you doing? As he yells almost 100 feet beneath you. Do you respond?
What are you doing?
I'm trying to save the Dale lands, obviously.
Disgraceful.
Oh, pish posh. Alistair, as you are here on the platform now beneath the dragon, Timothy is going to look up. Hey, keep your hands off that. It took a long time to build, you know.
I believe. Would he have disadvantage at seeing me?
Oh,
Or
no,
am I just not stealthing?
Klondorn's looking at him, and
Okay.
you're right there in the center. And as he does so,
Okay.
he is going to cast Magic Missile. That did not work. Alright. Alistair? Okay, Alistair, you take 5 points of Arcana damage. Or whatever that is. Force damage. Force damage, Alistair.
Alright.
Larry, your Gryphon takes 2. And the rest are going to fly also at the Gryphon. So 5 to Alistair and a whopping 13 damage onto the Gryphon. With that, Timothy is going to use the rest of his turn to walk out. 25, 30, and behind it, you guys watch this pseudo-dragon that perks between. As that happens, Rez, it is now your turn.
DM,
Oh, my bad.
I
Wait a
rolled. No, that's my. If you reroll, can you reorder the turns?
Yeah, I don't know why they're so messed up.
Yeah, I
Ralos, it's
clicked.
your turn.
I clicked the steed, which has 0 modifier, and actually I have a 4, so I readjusted it. That's not you. That was me doing shenanigans.
Understood.
Okay, so I will signal the whistle has been used.
I have 100 feet of movement. I will jump through. And the dragon itself, when I get here, let's say, okay, this is 40 feet. What do I see with the dragon? Is it flying? Is it in somebody's hands? What happens with the dragon?
The pseudo dragon or the real dragon?
Yeah, the pseudo dragon. Sorry.
You can see the pseudo dragon looks to be lingering after Timothy, but it stops right next to Clondorn. Go ahead and make me an intelligence or arcana check.
I will do so.
Beautiful hats, gentlemen. As you do that, you suspect the pseudo dragon to be in some way related to the Chardalyn Dragon. It has been crafted especially for a purpose, but you don't know what.
I had to throw on my helmet because I saw Joe on with that on it.
I didn't see you. This is my fighting helmet. This is my good luck helmet. Okay, so I will fucking
My
go.
safety net.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I have 60 feet. I'm going to block its path, and I will attempt to take the dragon and actually contest. Oh, bonus action blade song, and I will try to contest. Take the dragon by force.
All right.
think I should
Yeah.
do it,
So you're just gonna grab it?
Well,
I love
it's
what this has turned into. Can we
it's
just take
hover.
can we pause real fast to just appreciate this moment, guys?
I'm
You have
racking
a
my brain
casserole.
to think of a hat that I own. Hold on. I have to own at least one hat.
Are
This
we
is a
all
good
doing
moment.
hats? I can grab a hat real quick.
Oh, there
You
it
I
is.
mean,
There it
I wouldn't
is.
consider these much hats as
Doing
much as
hats.
just like random things on your head. There. Oh yes.
Ooh,
Oh, perfect.
this is the hat you need for this. This is the one you need for right now.
This is my
I
cat.
love this.
My cat's playing this cube, and I figured I could wear it.
Of course. You are swimming in the ocean of disaster. Okay, so I will try to snatch the hovering piece of dragon.
All right, make an athletics check.
What a thumbnail.
This
What
is
a
it.
thumbnail.
This is definitely
I
it.
am very strong. Fuck me. Oh!
Now, he rolled a 1, but that is a 2, and Clondorn rolled a 9. So, with that, or alas, Clondorn grabs it from your grasp, and the tug of war subsides. That, unfortunately, was your action.
Bonus action. Great heart, now is the time to shine. Please take that in your great mouth. And can I roll for that? Meh. +3. The horse is actually really strong. Hold on. 1d +3.
Can you command the horse as a bonus action?
I think it can go on my turn.
There you go. So in that case, the horse misses
Who's gonna
as
try
well.
to snatch? Did he roll again, the dude? Because I think he needs to re-roll, like contested.
Oh wait, that's so that roll, that is a mistake. I just hit up and clicked, but since it is a d20, that's a critical failure. And as he reaches out, the horse grabs and bites into the Chardalyn Dragon, wrenching it from his grasp.
Okay, I'm going to bring it to Alistair to the best of my ability. I still have like 30 feet of movement, so I'm pretty sure I can make it here. Oh, I did bring Orly with me, sorry. Hold on.
Is this the Halloween episode?
Pretty much. So the horse is gonna fucking mouse throw it, and that's the end of all my turns. And I guess Timothy can do
So
a
you're
reaction on me.
So the horse, you're commanding the horse to both grapple the object and throw it in the same turn?
Well, it can do a free object interaction, like drop it 5 feet away, you know, like a
Okay.
horse would do.
Alright, so it drops it right there, and that's that. Are you putting it on the pedestal next to Alistair or beneath it?
If I can reach it, yeah. I feel the dragon's not gonna attack me because his friends are behind me. So yeah, if I could put it on the pedestal, it'd be amazing.
Right on.
Actually, I can do like this maybe.
Larry.
And Timothy gets opportunity attack on me or the horse as
Thank
well.
you. As you get to there, Orlas, you think you're in the clear until suddenly you hear a sound you've heard before. Phoom, phoom, phoom. A hammer flying end over end. But it's not from Larry. As you look back, you watch as this dwarven throwing hammer careens into the side of the horse. As it does so, I believe a 15 hits.
Let me. Yeah, it has 10 AC. Hit points would be. Okay.
And with that, it takes 6 bludgeoning damage, and the hammer
Still flying.
returns to his hand.
Okay, so I would still be able to do my my motion. Blade Song is active. That's what I can do.
Alright, is that your turn?
Yes.
At the end of your turn, you watch as the Chardalyn Dragon rears back on hind legs. Converting a legendary action, it begins to snap its purple, leathery wings that are filled with crossbow bolts and sword slashes from the felled guardsmen. As it slaps its wings together, whoom, whoom, the myrrh layer surrounding Glenn dissipates. And as the smoke is trailed off you guys begin feeling this powerful wind. I need everyone except Erland, Larry, and Erlas to roll me a dexterity saving throw. That does include you, Alistair.
Dex, you said?
Yes,
Was I in on that? My hat took off my headphones.
it was.
Okay, good. Okay.
Alistair, wow.
I have
Alright.
advantage on dex saving throws right now. Some haste.
Steed.
Whoa. No, you're good, Erlas. Just Glenn, Rez, and Alistair.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Oh, sorry.
Glenn, Rez, and Alistair, you all succeed. As you guys sink your feet into the snow, the leathery wings cannot push you back any farther. And with the lowest roll of a 17, you guys are just fine. Alright. Rez, what would you like to do?
Okay, this is a tough one. Does Timothy appear to be charmed?
That's a good question. Roll me an Arcana check. He does not seem to be.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Glenn and say, Glenn, you got this, Glenn, you got this, Glenn, you was the fastest, Glenn, you got this, Glenn, you got this, Glenn, you was the fastest, you gonna slay the dragon, you gonna go so fast, you gonna slay the dragon, you gonna go so fast. And he gets a bardic inspiration.
There you go.
Let's go.
Good start.
And then after that, since I'm already concentrating on haste, I'm going to use my action to activate Ronaldo's ring.
As suddenly,
And I'm gonna go invis.
Rez slips this ring on. He disappears to everyone except Alistair.
And I'm going to walk 5 and 15, 20, 25. And I'm just going to essentially like hold myself to that corner and not hold anything because I don't have an action or anything, but I'm just going to hold myself to that corner and watch.
All right. Very nice. Does that end your turn?
Yes, where's the initiative tracker?
It's all right. It's broken. Everything's broken. With that, Clondorn the wizard has his turn. As he steps forward, Rez, you notice as he walks by, he looks up into your face and winks at you. As that occurs, he's going to go up 5, 10, 15, And right here, he casts Firebolt as he positions himself
Counterspell.
to get in.
Not really.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was just a firebolt.
With that, Alistair, does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
Alright. As that fires off and in a strange location, you guys watch as Klondorn puts his hands together, and after somatically gesturing them in an arcane fashion, he holds the rest of his turn. Larry, on top of the Gryphon. It is now you and Erlun's turn, and since you guys, or just your turn, but since you're both on the Gryphon, Larry, I'll allow you to control him.
I think for this round, I'm just going to cast Cure Wounds onto myself, and then wait for any sort of signal from another player.
All right. Low key good. Great turn. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all.
All right, Glenn. Beginning of your turn,
Okay.
feeling the duel commence and then break away.
Yes. I still have haste on me.
You do
And
indeed, and
I'm
your
gonna
shield.
use- And my shield. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Searing Smite. I am then going to use my full 25 feet of movement to move onto these steps. It was much easier. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to use both my attacks with my longsword, not my scimitar, because I can't use it right now.
Correct.
One-handed longsword attack. There's one. Does
Should
that
get,
hit?
As you bring the
should get
long sword
4.
up, it
I should get 4.
strikes.
That's right.
What was that?
No, I should get.
Yeah.
I'll get 4 attacks because of my.
Because of haste, that's correct.
haste.
As you bring up the
Yes.
blade and strike it into the shin plate that rotates to strike into Alistair reactively, it hits and causes no effect, just slinging straight off.
Okay. With that, with the first attack hitting, regardless of whether or not it does anything, I did use Searing Smite, which let me double check what that does. Come on, show me Searing Smite. Okay, that creature takes 1d6 fire damage. I'm gonna roll it, regardless of whether or not it works. 5. So 5 fire damage, maybe.
Okay, and that's in the first attack?
Yes.
Alright,
And I will just roll the other 3 in rapid fire succession.
gotcha.
Bam, bam, bam.
Alright, first one hits, the next 2 don't hit hard enough to cause any damage. As you bring in that second swipe, you bring it straight into that yellow
have
membrane
an
that
inspiration.
separates its serrated
Ooh,
plate.
yeah. What's the inspiration roll that I
A
got?
D8.
D8. On the second attack, I'll add a D8. 1d8. It's a 1 to
Oh.
17 hit.
It does indeed. Just enough.
Wow.
Just enough. You turn 2 hits into 3.
That bardic inspiration,
That
baby.
bardic inspiration always pays off. Always. Alright, so with that, 2 massive hits turn into 3. And in a total, you inflict 21 points of damage. However, the dragon is too caught up and will not react yet. Does that end your turn? It does?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
At the end of your turn, burning its second legendary action, the dragon swings around. At first you think you're fine. It's not looking at you, Glenn. But then you see its massive, serrated, purple metal tail. As it whips around, a 26 hits you in the side, Glenn.
It sure does.
And with that, Glenn, you take 19 points of bludgeoning damage as you're whacked.
Okay.
He has a sanctuary for the wisdom save.
Mm.
Wisdom save, you say?
Yeah.
The Chardalyn Dragon has to make a wisdom save?
I think so.
For what reason?
Zach, can you link
Oh!
the?
Yeah. Was that what this? Who cast? Was it? Alistair, you cast Sanctuary on me?
Yeah,
It's-
Sanctuary.
yeah.
He's got to beat the Wisdom DC, which is a 15, I think.
And he
To
does
attack
not.
me.
Yeah, it's a 15 Wisdom.
Alright. Alright, with that, since that would have negated, since he would have rolled that and then determined his attack, he is going to use his final legendary action to attempt to do the same thing. So, with 2 legendary actions go, the last one before his next turn. Ooh. Alright, Alistair, as he brings over his tail in the opposite direction. That is a natural 20.
Ooh.
Rory.
And with
Where's
that,
Rory?
Alistair, you take 44 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god. What?
It's a natural 20.
Are
24
you-
plus 2d10.
Are you awake?
He got 10 on both those 2d10.
Well, you gotta
I'm-
think, it's a
I'm
natural
here.
20. So, native 24 plus another 20, because that's how crit works.
I'm here.
Okay, he's here. Alright, that's fine. He's fine.
However,
I'm still
Alistair,
guys are too much.
you feel the tail about to come down again, and as it does so, Rory is going to use her ability as a death cleric to undo 20 damage as a reaction.
Rory.
Let's go. Let's go.
So your health should now be, well, plus 20. With that, the Chardalyn Dragon finishes its rotation after swiping both of you with its massive tail, returns to the center, and as it looks around, you guys all find yourselves transfixed by these glowing yellow eyes. Everyone, roll me a charisma saving throw.
No. Does the horse need to do it?
No,
Does it
horse is
affect
good.
horses? Okay.
Any creature with an intelligence of 4 or more that is within 30 feet of the dragon must succeed on the wisdom saving throw
Oh.
or be charmed. So that is, I
And
apologize,
I'm adding
guys.
4 to mine.
Yes, don't re-roll, because it is a wisdom save, I'll calculate it, but know this. Larry and Erland, you're 80 feet away, you're fine. However,
Okay. Any elves actually have this?
Glenn, you also survive.
Mhm.
Alistair, what is your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom modifier,
Yes.
it's a +1, but I'm adding 4 to the saving throw with
Okay.
Flash of Genius.
Okay, so let me see here. 12 plus 1 is a 13, plus 4 is a 17. Alright, with that... Rez, what is your wisdom modifier?
0.
0. Rez, you find the color palette of purple and yellows enchanting. As you look up at this beautifully constructed creature, you too suspect that it reverberates a natural warmth. And also, Rez, I need you to add me 1 point of exhaustion for your Oracle Dust addiction.
I took a hit of that earlier. I should have said it. I marked it off though.
It's alright, if you didn't say it, I could not have known about it, and unfortunately, as you rolled the lowest, you are also now charmed. Rez,
Oh, if only you were an elf.
the charmed thingy isn't working, none of the APIs are working, but I'll keep that in mind. We'll put a little...
So I'm charmed.
Yeah, we'll put a little purple dot on you. And with that, the Chardalyn Dragon begins its turn. As it begins flying up 5, 10 feet above Glenn and Alistair, you both get an attack of opportunity.
Absolutely.
Glenn, that is a natural 20 as you and Vondel are both flanking this creature. The hooves are not high enough to hit, unfortunately. And Alistair, your arcane blast flies wide. Glenn, that is not 11 damage, but instead 19 as you sink your
Fuck
blade
yeah.
into the side of the creature.
Mhm.
With that, he will get his turn. As the Chardalyn Dragon flies 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, now hovering 10 feet above this wall, it is going to fire a beam of energy in a straight line. As it flies, it is unfortunately going to bisect both Alistair and Aurelas. As you guys turn just in time to see this yellow cyclical beam formed and then forced out of the dragon's mouth, Aurelas and Alistair, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Will that not hit his buddies in the back? Like,
He's a construct.
you know? No, but I mean
since that's
Timothy and
Dex-
Thundorn.
Oh yeah.
Since that's Dex, do I get that at advantage?
With your cape?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Keep
I
in
have
mind though that in the
advantage because
future,
Blade's on.
you can't. I don't think you can replicate magical items unless you have the gold to build the item.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Question for you, DM. Does that hit the one guy behind me?
Who?
Clondorm.
So, it does not, because he's firing it horizontally across, not up. It's just striking right there, and Clondorn is 5 feet above. If it hit Clondorn, it would also hit Glenn. So, with that,
Okay. I got 23, and the horse 16.
the horse is fine. However, Alistair and Aurelas, you both take 27 points of radiant damage.
Radiant.
That's
Hold on.
right.
Let me see something really fast. Fuck me.
I'm unconscious.
By
Yeah.
the way, Aurelas, does the hat make you vulnerable to radiant damage?
I do not think it does.
If it does, it shouldn't. That was something I may have forgotten to escape. But with that, you guys watch as the radiant energy dissipates. Alistair is unconscious.
So am I.
Aurelas, I will paint you with red.
Yeah,
If I
I mean the horse.
Yeah.
Oh well, the horse is gone too. Yeah,
Right. Yep.
we can delete the horse.
And with that, I believe Orly is dispelled as well.
I'm not quite sure, but yeah, let's go ahead with that.
Erland, at the end, it is now your turn.
Okie dokie. I am going to cast. Actually, I'm gonna start it off with where is it at? There it is. Good old healing word. Let me double check and see if I can at higher levels.
And Alice healed 2 people.
So I'm gonna go with healing word at level 2. Scream that down to Alistair. And I'm gonna say, Alistair, get up.
I don't believe this works.
Is it not?
I am undead.
I'll take it.
The spell has no effect
Healing
on
word?
undeads or constructs.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
has
say
no
it.
effect on
It
undead.
does indeed.
Oh, yep. Dang.
Well, I'm kind of down.
Urlas! Urlas, get up!
We'll take it.
All right.
Okay, so
with
Urlas,
that,
you got 7 healing. And then after I do that, which that was a bonus action, Garrett, you're also muted. I don't know if you know that or not.
I am. I guess I am. How about that?
So I'm also going to cast Moonbeam. On the Chardalyn Dragon.
All right. Oh yeah, with that, you guys watch as a thunderous clap boom, smacks through the Chardalyn Dragon as a cylinder of bright white light hits it in the center. As it does, its wings flare up for a moment, releasing some more frozen bloods, little icicles and other artifacts that it's accumulated through its battle. And with that, the Chardalyn Dragon, as it bobs up and down, trying to struggle for its elevation, it's looking hurt. Is that in your turn?
And I believe that moonbeam will hold there for a minute.
It will, indeed, if you choose to concentrate that long.
I will concentrate on that, being as we are
right.
flying.
And you have your movement. Would you like to move the Gryphon?
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll move Erlond and can follow suit. I'd like to go probably over here. Stage in that area.
Alright, it can get there. It does have 80 feet of flight. And it is currently 80 feet off the ground as well.
And I'm just gonna make a quick I'm gonna make a quick investigation check, I guess. Just trying to see like if I can tell if the dragon is gonna be taking off, like taking flight.
It is already in air. It's already flying.
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, my moonbeam, I just want to concentrate on that, holding that on him.
Good to know. Alistair, go ahead and GM roll your death saving throw.
Come on, Cat. You can do it. Oh, we all took off the hats. Okay, I see how this
Not
goes.
me. I'm never taking this off.
It's actually itchy and not very lucky.
What's the command for a
Okay,
GM roll?
I was
Slash.
wearing a literal
I thought I
pot.
remembered.
So instead of slash
I was
roll,
wearing a
slash
little
GM
pot.
roll.
Oh.
Got it.
I should have put this on earlier. Would have improved my whole week.
I think it improves the whole outfit. That's a vibe.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just gonna wear this every session from now on. How about that?
Yes.
And it's so big. Like, it's actually too small to fit my actual head, but if I do this, it's kind of convincing, you know? Alright. Alistair, sorry it took me that long to check, but there's your roll. Up next is Timothy. As Timothy ducks, you watch as the white cap he has on from the cragcat fur is ripped off. And as he looks up, he's gonna run. As he runs in front of you, Rez, he doesn't see that you're there. You would get an opportunity attack. However, it's gonna cancel your invisibility.
A, I don't really have anything. Like, I have a dagger, but I wouldn't use that. And B, aren't I charmed?
Oh, that's true. Sorry, I was just letting you know. But you're right. You're charmed. Thank you for that. As he runs to here, he finally gets a plausible glimpse and is going to go ahead and throw his hammer in your direction, Glenn. Now, Glenn, with the +1 and the +2, plus your armor, your AC is 21.
Well, I've got my shield, right?
Yeah. So your armor's 18, plus the shield is 2, plus the infusion is 1, 21.
Plus 1. But then I have haste. Is that still going? That
Does haste increase your AC?
Gives me +2.
Is haste a concentration spell?
I believe it is.
Ooh, that's not good.
Yeah, haste is concentration.
With that, you are no longer hasted
Okay.
Wait. When did I stop concentrating?
when you got charmed.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
With that, that is a 19, and with advantage, it's an 18. So as it plunks in your shield, it flies back. You watch as he kind of looks at his hammer. And then
Hold on.
Go
Hold on.
ahead.
Can I just chime in?
Mhm.
Charmed. You can't attack the charmer or the target with armful, but you still can help another friend. You know, you can be poly lover.
Wait, what?
Charmed status. I just linked it in chat. So he could have kept his haste on another friend. You know?
Hold on a second. Let me read the specifics of this spell.
Maybe it's different, but
Uh,
he couldn't attack them, but he could keep his
A
his
creature,
haste in there.
a creature charmed in this way fixates on another creature or object that the dragon mentally chooses and must, on each of its turns, move as close as it can to that target and use its action to make a melee attack against it. If the dragon doesn't choose a target, the charmed creature can act normally on its turn. Therefore, Glenn, you are still hasted.
I'm still hasted. Wonderful.
Now then, Timothy, ending his turn, or ending his action, is going to go ahead and use his bonus action to cast Mending on the pseudo-dragon that he is next to right now. As he finishes doing that, making sure his construction is healed, he is going to go ahead and remove it. As he takes it into his grasp.
Counterspell! Counterspell! Counterspell!
Hold on. He's repairing the okay. Okay, Larry's got it.
All right. Larry,
No,
what
I
is...
have counterspell.
No.
I'm saying I'm casting counterspell.
Oh, you are doing it. Okay.
No, I don't have it.
All right.
No,
With that, the pseudo-dragon is not mended, and Timothy ends his turn. Aurelas, it is now your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, Blade Song again. My very last. I feel Timothy's a bit of an ass, but I feel Clondorn is the worst. Okay, I will action mirror image, because living. Bonus action is done. All I can do is my... That's a bad cat. I'll stand up. And I got 40 feet of movement, minus half, so 20. Okay, I'll get in Timothy's face and block his path. Actually here, so he needs to go around me or to Glenn, 20 feet. And I'll say, I'll attack you. I'll fucking attack you. And that's my turn. You're muted. And there's 4 of me, by the way.
As he looks up at you, he says, "No, you won't." And Rez, it is now your turn.
I act normally.
Oh, my mistake. Rez, go ahead and make me another wisdom saving throw.
Great. I'm amazing at these.
Alright, Rez. Haste drops, as does any other spell, and the Chardalyn Dragon commands you to attack Orlas.
20 AC, baby.
All Aurelis sees is nothing, because I'm still invisible. Here's a loud bang.
Oh no!
Okay, but hold on. I have mirror image, so I roll so 1 image pops. And I'm good. It's crazy like that.
Oh, that wasn't the real you? Well, this is quite embarrassing, isn't it?
Fuck, man. This ruins everything. I have such a good plan.
Our plan's a little fucked. but-
Now then, up next, breaking free from his charm, it is Vondel. As Vondel suddenly breaks free and looks around, he doesn't know much, but he sees a Duragar in robes in front of him and just starts swinging his long sword. As he finally manages to hit Clondorn. The second blow landing. 4 slashing damage on a Clondorn. Mighty blow. And with that, it is now Clondorn's turn. As Clondorn has finished and is ready, he is going to cast... Time stop. At 9th level, you guys don't know what happens, but suddenly Clondorn runs out at a lightning fast pace, and he is going to take 5 rounds of combat.
You're muted. He's going to what?
And with that, Klondorn is going to pursue 5 rounds of combat on his own, as per the time stop ability. He's going to, on his first turn, 5, 10,
What?
15, 20, 25. Right here, with his first turn. He is going to cast Misty Step. As he does so, he appears right onto the back of the Chardalyn Dragon. That is only his first turn. With his second turn, he is going to cast Mirror Image himself. With his third turn, he is going to cast Teleport. As he casts Teleport, Timothy and the Pseudo-Dragon are now on the Chardalyn Dragon with him, and Timothy and you see the belly of the Pseudo-Dragon open. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. On his final turn, he is going to cast Firebolt.
If I'm not mistaken, they just jumped into a moonbeam.
That is right.
Oh fuck, that's
With his Firebolt, he misses you wide, Glenn, as you smack it off your shield, and as they enter the moonbeam for the first time, they will each take 12... Let's see here. Because you did roll
And wouldn't
relatively
Klondorn have to
high.
make a
Oh,
concentration
yeah, it
check
was a 12.
on time
No,
stop?
let me check. Time stop's one of the most OP spells in the game. It is not concentration. Nice try, though. Nice try, though. With that, Klondorn, Timothy, and the Chardalyn Pseudo-Dragon take the damage. That was 12, correct, Erland?
Yes.
Thank you for that. With that, his turns are finally over. Larry, it is your turn. What would you
let's
like
go,
to do?
Larry.
Let's
Come on, Larry.
Goodness. Oh gosh. Okay, so we are
Fuck.
currently 80 feet up in the air, and yes, we are royally, significantly, awfully fucked. So, let's see. They're still on the ground, right? Timothy and
Nope,
Okay.
nope. So the Chardalyn Dragon flew off of its precipice. Whenever the moonbeam struck it, it was struggling to stay in the air. It is currently 15 feet off the ground.
Okay.
Real quick, time stop, as overpowered as it is, the spell would have ended the second he teleported Timothy and the Pseudo-Dragon, because it says the spell ends if one of the actions you use during this period or any effects that you create during this period affects a creature other than you or an object being worn or carried by someone other than you.
Ah, thank you for that. All right, in that case, the firebolt that he used that didn't hit anybody still didn't work.
Go.
And it wasn't even
Go.
cast. Thank you for that.
It's a benefit for him.
All right. Larry, what would you like to do? Good catch, by the way, Eric.
I know everybody said to not use heat metal, but in this instance,
Oh, fuck.
I think it might
No!
be good.
No! No! That is I can't believe it worked out. I legitimately...
That's so good.
I am at such a loss right now. I don't even know what to
Yeah.
say.
This is
All
great.
right. All right. So guys, just so we're aware, the DC for heat metal is not to determine if they take damage. The DC is to determine if they hold on. Let me see the spell description. Okay. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8. Larry, as you know what you have to do, but you don't know if you have the power to do it, as you extend your hand and cast the spell, you watch as Timothy's white saber cat cloak, skag cat cloak, catches fire. As he tumbles off in a ball of flame, the Chardalyn Dragon that they've spent all of this time crafting. Oh no, wait, it can't take fire damage. It is still up, but Timothy rolls off the back, dead.
Timothy, you were like a brother to me! But now I have the high ground.
They were 80 feet high.
As Klondorn takes the damage, he yells something in Undercommon that nobody hears except Rez. My apprentice! As he flies from the back. Larry, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Alright. Glenn, as you watch this, it is now your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay, I have a question. So
No.
I know, and we're gonna get a little bit. There might be a debate here.
Absolutely not.
I know that switching weapons is a free action.
I'll say you can do it.
Well,
You know, there's a lot of controversy.
No,
You can do
hold
it,
on.
but you can't have your
Real
shield.
quickly, I want to ask. I'm not concerned about my shield or anything. I know that switching weapons is often considered a free action. If I were to walk over to Captain Davies and grab the Chardalyn pickaxe that he had out, would that count as switching weapons? Or is that like, would that take an action or a bonus action to do so?
Now, since he is dead or unconscious, you couldn't do that without taking an action. But as
He
you lean,
did
but
have it available.
listen. As you lean down, though, you watch as Alistair's eyes open.
Oh,
Alistair, with your natural 20, you would have 1 HP.
let's fucking go!
Do you choose to give him the Chardalyn pick?
Yeah, I'll give him the pick.
Awesome. Okay, so when he gives me the pick, I then move to the edge, and I cast Misty Step as a bonus action, and I teleport to where the Showdown Dragon is. I teleport in the air, and I make 2 attacks with my attack action with the Chardalyn pick on the Chardalyn Dragon on its underside. What do you want me to roll for that?
I want you're gonna attack, so are you teleporting under it? So like you're grabbing onto it at the end of the teleport?
I'm teleporting like in the air, like midway, so I would have the space to like attack and then like as I'm falling make another attack. Does that make sense?
No, I understand. Go ahead and
Okay.
make 2 attacks, and since this is the Chardalyn pick, we just won't factor in the damage. So go ahead with your longsword.
Okay, so just roll my longsword. Okay.
Because you're trying to pry open the door, right? Like simultaneously?
I'm trying to get is that like, am I aware that that's like what it will take to create the bond?
No one knows if that's true, but it's just up to you. Do you want to use these just to attack it, or do you want to try to pry open the door?
I'll try to pry open the door, I suppose.
Okay.
So I'll roll the 2. There's the first
That's
one.
a hit.
There's the second.
And the second one misses. However, with the
Okay.
first one, you pry in, and Alistair, from your back with 1 HP, as you see through the delirium of near death, the door flies open on the left side, and Glenn now has access. Simultaneously as that occurs, Glenn, make me a dexterity saving throw. Because you are
course.
really hanging on by a thread here.
Am I still hasted or no? That fell.
No,
didn't it? It fell.
unfortunately, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so here it is. 15.
With that, Glenn, you hold on.
Fuck yeah.
Does that
Okay, sweet.
end your turn?
Does any pieces of the dragon fall as
That's-
he's doing all
That's
that?
my turn. That's
Nope.
it. Yeah.
At
that's all I
the
got.
end of your turn, as he gets legendary actions at the beginning of his...
I
Well, go ahead.
hate to shit on the parade here a little bit.
That's okay.
Glenn, I think you
Shut
take
up.
12 points of moonbeam damage.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'll
that.
take 'em.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, with the radiant since he entered it for the first time.
It's a minute. It's until I have my next turn. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm happy to take it.
With,
Well, it is a free action to just drop a spell.
with its wings, and this is its legendary action here. Glenn, make me...
Didn't know that.
Glenn, go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw. Alright.
Another one.
Glenn, as these wings flap, one of them actually hits you, Glenn. And with
Okay.
12 bludgeoning damage, you fly back in the snow. As you land on your back, you also take 6 additional points of fall damage.
Okay.
With that door open and the Chardalyn Dragon's turn, it begins to move. Immediately, you guys see Timothy's body roll off, Klondorn staying on, and the pseudo-dragon remaining. With that, the Chardalyn Dragon continues. As it leans over, it is going to fly up towards the Gryphon. Erland and Larry. Erland, you are still in the pole position flying the Gryphon, correct?
Yes.
As this Chardalyn Dragon, to your surprise, does not open its mouth, it darts its head up, and as it begins flying, it matches your altitude. As it gets to there, the Chardalyn Dragon gives 2 claw attacks. First one hits the Gryphon, as does the second one. As it makes its third and final attack against the Gryphon, they all hit. The Gryphon. 13 plus 16 is 29. 38 points of damage later, the Gryphon is still flying. Its guts hang out from its body. One talon is broken and crumbled underneath the other, but it is still alive, emitting frequent and heart-wrenching all the while. As its turn is over, Erland, it is your turn.
Okay. I am going to cast Guiding Bolt. And that'll be my attack.
Oh my
And
god!
And then I'm gonna use my Star Archer form bonus action to attack with Star Archer.
Whoa! So as you guys watch this dragon begin clawing out the innards of the Gryphon with his hands, Erlon pushes down a defiant palm and from above blasts a natural 20 guiding bolt. Erlon, with the higher level cast, that is going to be 12 plus 14 plus 48. Brings that to the highest damage ever projected from a single attack. 20 plus 48 is 68.
Is that on the dude or on the dragon?
That's on the dragon, I believe.
Okay.
I hope so.
Yes, that's on the dragon.
Alright. As you guys watch a massive stripe of energy, a laser beam of his own, if you will, tear open a path on the Chardalyn's dragon like a veined shrimp. Then he removes his starry form archer and
It
misses.
does also, I don't know if this matters,
Yeah.
it does also have an open stomach. Its doors are open, I don't know if that
Yes.
means anything.
And then I'm going to move the Gryphon flying over Rez back into this corner here.
All right. As it does so, and you guys fly away, the Chardalyn Dragon takes his attack of opportunity. And as you guys fly away, it whips up his tail. The tail strikes the underbelly of the Gryphon. Larry and Erlon, as the tail of the Chardalyn Dragon strikes into the belly of the Gryphon, you guys hear one last blood-curdling as the Gryphon begins to plummet towards the earth. You guys get to about right here in time for the Gryphon to smash into the ground. It throws you guys end over end, and with its death, you guys will both take... Let me think here. The Gryphon's cushioning your fall.
Hold on. I will. Can I do reaction feather fall? Reaction. Okay, I'll do a reaction feather fall on up to 5 falling. So I would do all 3 of them. The Gryphon and my 2 buddies.
All right. As you guys are about to faceplant into near certain death, you're caught, and with the body parts and the bloody entrails of the Gryphon slowly lowered to the ground. Alistair, as you are on your... Go ahead, Erland.
At this moment, Erland is going to kind of like... You guys kind of see like a moment of sorrow as Erland begins kind of just like praying over this Gryphon. And like, I promised you that you would be safe with us. I'm so sorry. Like,
with that heart-wrenching moment, Alistair, as you roll around on your back, you look up and see the Chardalyn Dragon and Clondorn heading in your direction. With 1 HP and a dream, what would you like to do?
Get the pseudo dragon. Stick to the plan.
Well, I'm guessing my device I made is no good right now.
Well, if you want to know the truth, if you found a way to get in there, you think that you might be able to use it to some effect. However, that is an 80-foot gap that you don't know how you could summit, and you do have a trusty way of inflicting damage.
Yeah.
And also, just to be clear, this thing looks rough.
Yeah, because we see his health at green still.
I know. You remember, they're all broken. All the APIs.
I'm taking
True.
my shot at the open stomach.
As that flies wide with a 10 or a 9 both missing.
Okay. Fuck it. Alien blaster.
He wants to keep it.
With that very unfortunate natural 1, the laser does hit, and it just looks like it depletes into the Chardalyn Dragon that absorbs the energy. What else would you like to do? You are prone.
That's my turn.
Alright. Up next, well, it's not Timothy's turn anymore. It's Aurelas. What would you like to do, Aurelas?
so just to be clear, I got 68 points of damage.
Yeah,
That was pretty dope.
that was pretty dope.
Okay, this thing looks rough. My friend wants to attack it. My plan was to teleport onto it and wreak havoc from within, but everything is shooting at it. So, by my calculations, no longer good. So I will run to safety, and before I get there, I will launch a 4th level fireball onto the thing, hoping it works.
As you guys watch Aurelas retreat into the destroyed southeastern bastion of the castle, he removes a finger, and as he extends it, Aurelas, how do you want to do this?
Right in the belly, just so the fireball erupts from within, burning the fucking Clondorn. And maybe doing a bit of damage to the consoles and everything. But my friends are wise, they got this.
Alright, as you guys look up, right as he goes to cast another massive radiant blast, the fireball enters its stomach. As it does so, the stomach begins to swell and stress until the still closed door expands like a beating chest cavity. The rivets and stripes of metal bands that cover its stomach look like ribs as they're illuminated from the inside out before inevitably as the Chardalyn Dragon explodes, covering the surroundings with its remnants. All of you guys get up. As you look around, flimsy, glittering bits of blue and black Chardalyn are dancing all around you.
I'm actually looking at Alistair, like, are we still friends?
Is
I'm
there,
gonna
like,
cast a Cure Wounds on Timothy.
All right.
Erlon is going to immediately cast Cure Wounds on the Griffin.
Okay.
is there like a main piece? Like, did this dragon, like Chardalyn Dragon, like just fucking turn to dust, or is there like a piece of it that's like a large main piece of it that like falls to the ground?
Unfortunately, it did, as it was already nearing its self-destructing phase, the same that Zardarok did when he exploded. The fireball anticipated that, or I should say exacerbated it, with a massive explosion. Aurelas killed both the Chardalyn Dragon and the Mage Clondor.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, that's 20 points of healing onto the Griffin.
Very nice. In front of your very eyes, Erlon the Griffin, as if being hatched for the first time, is suddenly brought back with the horrors of life. And, Rez, as you go to heal Timothy, please roll the Cure Wounds.
Just real quick, Glenn is still swinging wildly at pieces of Chardalyn Dragon that are like raining down on him.
As you do so, you're not sure why, Rez, but it's not working.
Well, Rez,
Larry, I'm sorry, but your brother doesn't look like he's coming back to us.
well, what do you mean?
And he doesn't come back to life, obviously.
He's fine. He's fine. He just needs a little bit of time, and I hoist him up and I throw him over my shoulder the best I can.
Do I hear this
Pretend like
conversation?
it didn't happen.
At about that time,
Yes.
Larry, as you hoist him over your shoulder, the first thing you feel is that soft warmth of his cragcat fur, his coat that is, and another thing. Gold and other shiny dews begin falling from his pockets.
It would be a waste to not grab some of these, and I start picking them up.
All in all, you guys find a number of magical items. A dwarven thrower, which Glenn, you and Rez...
Did
sorry.
Larry just hoist her dead brother onto her shoulders? Is that what
Yes.
just happened?
Yes.
Okay.
Her emulsified, contagious, conflagrated brother. In his possession, you do find 150 gold pieces, a dwarven thrower, which is much like your hammer, Larry, except it does +2 to hit and damage. Sorry, just to hit, my bad. +2 to hit, and it will return your hand without you ever having need to infuse it. I will open that up in your spell sheet. Rez and Larry, as you're the closest with Glenn, the three of you can roll me an investigation or a perception check if you wish.
I'll roll a perception. I think Glenn is still swinging pretty wildly.
Okay. Rez, you notice something. On the finger of Timothy, you find a black band. On it, the insignia of a small dish with a flame. Larry, you do not see this. Rez?
Yeah, I'll just pocket that for the moment.
Okay. As you pocket the ring and carry his body, you guys begin hearing a faint noise. The sound of footsteps outside the cairn.
I hope it's not more fighting. Alistair, help me look through this mess for just right now.
Send Orly to check on the outside.
Ollie, pop back up, please. And he's gonna fly.
As Orly does so, Orly sees dozens of people, torn from the quotidian nature of their new existence, brought by the sound of a sudden explosion. As they look up and into the care, they seem to be awaiting your arrival expectantly, or less.
I'll scream, everybody, be careful, there's still danger in this place. The best I can. And try to earn us just the time we need to get done. Alistar, please help me search the wreckage and try to see if we see anything good.
As you guys look throughout the wreckage, you don't see much. But Glenn, suddenly, your sword hits something. As it swipes through the air, it catches Clondorn's robe. A beautiful silken robe, dark black in nature. Inside, you see the faint remnants of stars and astrological symbols.
I reach out and I grab it, and then I toss it to the ground before really inspecting it. I just kind of get it out of my way, and I like start scanning for any piece of this dragon that I can still attack whilst swinging.
You do see a piece of its severed leather wing, purple and filled with holes. As you go to smack that, Alistair Davies and Orlas, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please.
19.
Smack that all on the floor. Smack that. Give me some more. Smack that.
Alistair and Joe, you don't
I
find
look
much,
forward to that.
but Alistair and Orlas, you do discover 100 platinum pieces inside of a leather satchel hidden amongst the dust.
We'll take it for now, we'll split it in a minute.
As you look at this black velvet bag, it seems very similar in nature to the cloth discovered by Glenn. But you notice something else too. Alistair and Orlas, a forge just to the southwest of that center destroyed pavilion has a similar symbol. The symbol of a cog in Gnomish writing.
Gnomish. I don't speak Gnomish.
That is right here.
Okay, everybody, should we do a head count?
Here.
Here, Rez accounted for.
I'm okay.
Um,
Still swinging.
Glenn, everything is
Glenn,
okay.
It's over now. And I'm gonna try to like tap him on the shoulder and snap him out of it without getting split in half. It's okay, Glenn. See, we're dead. It's dead.
I'm just gonna put my arm around Glenn.
Hey, Rez, let me see your gun for a second.
Oh, yeah. And I dig through and I hand it to him.
I'm just
Still
gonna slap you.
comforting.
I'm gonna slap your face. Don't ever fucking do that again, man. You shot me.
You think I wanted to do that? And I snatched the gun back and I put it back in my coat.
You almost got me in my ass.
As you guys
On my ass.
continue,
Oh, well.
as you guys continue throughout the roll call, you do hear a dissonant. Yeah, I am also here.
Oh, hi, Vondel.
Yes, I must be a little honest. I do not remember the past couple of days.
Oh, well, you're alive. It's fine. The rest of the town is more or less.
I see.
At this point, Glenn has dropped the pick that he was using as a weapon for a moment, and I just like fall into Larry and Rez. As we're speaking.
Alistar, come check this thing out with the thing we just found. Like the little forge thing. The symbol is the same. If you want to do something with that.
I'll inspect the forge.
Larry and Rez, as you guys struggle to hold up Glenn's weight, the massive relief sweeping through you all, Alistair, you inspect it further. It is written in Gnomish. However, you see on what appears to be a price tag or a receipt-like appendage of parchment that hangs onto the leg of this mobile furnace by a thread. A single name written in common. Coppertop. Purchased from the Tinker Top Trader. I would like to make a small amendment. That is not the Tinker Top Trader, but the Tiny Town Tinkerer. My mistake.
Wow.
I just finished writing that too.
I'm sorry, it confused me.
What does that mean?
You guys can feel free to roll a history check if you wish.
Oh, now that you mention it, let me think about that.
During this time, I take the time, I look at Larry, and I tell them to take the time to grieve your loss.
Grieve? Grieve for what?
Larry is someone who has had a hard time accepting their loss. I think it is time that you accept yours. But just know that for you, you've got a support structure.
I mean, Timothy will be fine. He's just sleeping.
Larry, I think you need to accept the fact that, well, come with me. And I bring Larry and Glenn over to the body of Timothy.
On my shoulder.
I help set Timothy down and just, yes, and he needs to rest. And I set him down, I close his eyes, I make him look really peaceful. I'll just prestidigitate some candles around, and I'll start playing a bit of a mournful tune.
Has it been over a minute since we've had this fight?
It has.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Alistair, Erlas, Erland, those of you who rolled very high, Alistair and Erland indeed, you remember a mystical land of gnomes, told to children in fairy tales, though not believed by common folk, the land of Coppertop. And Larry, you remember Coppertop as being the only place, according to the scroll you received in Goodmead, that is, to be home to Gnomish Rhapsody, the missing ingredient of Matt Golkinney's forbidden recipe.
Is it nighttime right now?
It is actually midday.
Ah.
The dim light is very severe. And as you all look around, you can't seem to spot Rory.
Do I need to make like a religion check? Do I need to find her with religion?
It's up to you. However, if you would like to find her with your eyes, use perception. As you look,
Let's go, baby.
Erland, you see some heavy, bare footprints towards the south entrance of the castle.
I'm gonna be making my way downtown, walking fast.
As you look, there are about 5 freezing, shivering townsfolk warming up over a single ember produced by their tinderbox. And next to them, 12 members of what remains of the guard hoist Larry above their heads. Rory, rather. And as they begin chanting, they lock eyes with you. Hey! You one of them Navy Wavy blokes, ain't you?
No, I'm just a sea elf. I'm with my seamen.
Oh! Well, come on over then!
Okay. Rory, what are you doing up there?
Rory enjoying himself for saving day.
Ah, I see. We should probably be going.
Why?
Rez then slowly turns his mournful tune as he turns his attention and sees all the people. He starts walking over there, and it turns into more of a getting gallop and starts getting exciting right as
And then-
Larry starts processing her emotions.
Erlon seeing this will just be like, never mind, Rory. Carry on.
Look, it's him! It's the Navy Wavy! You did
Wavy
it!
Navy, get it right!
You did it!
Uh,
What's your name, Fancy Dan? Speaking to you, Rez.
Fuck. The name is Bartholomew von Crawford the Fourth, mein Freund.
Oh, nice to meet you. You really saved our skin. You saved what's left of the town. We might actually...
I point over to Aralis.
Oh,
That is the one who saved his town.
oh, he did. Was a dark elf-looking fella?
It's the very same.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Hey, he got the final blow, man.
Yeah. Go, Rez. Thank you. Yay. So glad you came to party.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. A couple of the guys you see are actually
Yay.
drinking some leftover liquor that must have been removed from the hook, line,
As
and
we
sinker.
as we take a break, Rez is gonna make some lyrics about a song to sing for this day, and all the names will be in the song.
As the guards begin welcoming you,
Putting pressure on him.
Rez, Rory, and Orlas are now outside. What are the rest of you doing?
So where are we at?
I thought we were just partying.
Yeah, you guys are still at the care. You guys are still inside the care right now, but Rez and Orlas have just walked through the front entrance.
I feel maybe who's actually really hurt.
As you look around, you notice that Alistair is nearing death. He still has a massive pincer wound in his chest, which looks like has only saved his life by a fraction of an inch.
Do I know
also
if
have been fried by the laser beam?
you have been hurt? Okay.
And
Do I know
Larry
if
and Erlander's
Alistar?
right behind.
Do I know if Alistar is actually? Well, what about we just take an hour? An hour rest. I feel this is the best option.
Okay, are you guys just wanting to rest inside the care?
Sure.
Okay.
I think so, yeah. Rez will start putting on a song of rest.
Yeah, I've been sitting with Larry, and I give her the remaining 19 points of my lay on hands.
There you go. As you guys all begin tending wounds, you are frequented by visitors. First, those guards who carry Rory back in wipe the snow and soot off their hands. Oh, so glad to meet y'all. So you're Navy, huh? He kind of looks out at all of you. This guard with blonde hair that comes to his shoulder and scruffy 5 o'clock shadow.
Look, I don't know if now's the time to be asking us for autographs.
Oh, all right. Well, you have our thanks, Mr. Koenig. And as the other guards kind of leave, one of them, a half-orc, just looks back and gives you a well-met salute as they all head out.
I return it. I return the salute.
As they turn around and make their leave.
Erlon will begin meditating. And good old starry eyes, just vibing.
There you go. As you guys go throughout your short rest unabated, surprisingly, you're surrounded by beauty in this maelstrom of chaos. The glittering Chardalyn, after this hour, finally accumulates at the bottom. The rime-light deflecting off brings the green and purple hues up beneath your chin and onto your face. As you guys wait there for about a moment, a new partitioner arrives. Stomping through the snow, heavy snowshoes, and his black, greasy beard, it is Theranmere. Oh, Mr. Koenig, you really did it this time? As he looks around at all the debris. I know it don't mean much, lad, but your father'd be right proud. He always was.
I'm sure he would, but his pride lay not with me. It lied with Arlos, it lied with Arostar, it lied with Erland, with Larry, it lied with Rez Tholomew, it lied with Rory. Ultimately, I've done not much.
You should have heard him. Always talking about how brave he was for his son. Out there on the seas, making a life for himself and propagating the family name. Aye, my boy.
I think we should be drawing the way you threw the pickaxe in the air and held onto a flying monstrosity of a beast.
And jumped into a moonbeam to do so.
Hey, sounds
will
right
be in the
impressive.
song.
No matter how well I did, I didn't do it well enough. I thank you. And I thank the town for being so kind to myself and my compatriots. But any praise needs to be laid amongst my compatriots. They are
Hey. We're a team. We're all together. And our success is your success, and your success is my success, and theirs as well. But we did this together. And we deserve to feel proud. Including yourself, Glenn.
Well, thank you. I thank you. Truly.
Aye, well, the reason I've come over is not just to bore you with old soppy tales. You Wavy Navy likes got better to do than saving old Kirkconnell, I'm sure, but actually, I happened to find a little bit of the brandy that your father used to keep away. Showed up in a most unlikely place. I thought you should know about it, as it's currently your belongings.
Are you carrying it with you, or is it at his tavern?
Oh, neither.
Where did he keep this brandy?
Well, he did keep it in the tavern. However, it's not where I found it.
Then I have to ask, where did you find it?
Well, I went to go find the speaker I told you. And,
Okay.
He's right filled to the gillies, he is. Stinkier than a skunk.
Ah. You found it within the speaker.
To make matters worse, he's just passed out in the snow. I know them dragonborn types can deal with the cold, but someone really ought to tell him.
I'll make sure I'll keep an eye on him till he wakes, and I'll fill him in then. I'm just glad that someone enjoyed it to some extent.
There's a little bit left, if you like any. And
I will keep. Well, it doesn't matter. Thank you so much for telling me.
well met, and know the folk of Kirkconnell won't soon forget about your Wavy Navy folk. And Theranmere makes his leave. As he does so, and you all regain your short rest, what would you all like to do?
Glenn is going to follow his direction and retrieve the little bit of brandy that is left from his father.
As you follow through the footsteps, Glenn, you do inevitably see a white-scaled dragonborn asleep in a rocking chair outside of his illustrious estate.
Roland will go ahead and continue meditating.
Okay.
I roused him from his slumber.
During the short rest, Rez is Rez is just trying to like write lyrics per Glenn's suggestion, and he's going through like bad rhyme, like Glenn, son of Egglander, father. Glenn, does your dad have a middle name?
I don't even know if I'm still there.
He's not, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. When he comes back, I'll get it. Larry. What rhymes with Larry? Where Barry? No, that sucks. And it just goes on like that for the entire short rest.
As Rez continues writing lyrics, he needs much more inspiration from the Oracle Dust, but nevertheless, Glenn, as you draw into the speaker's estate, you do see Master Trovis sleeping in his rocking chair.
I rouse him slightly. Does he have like a container full of the brandy that my father kept like
You
with
see
him? Or...
2 bottles are next to his feet, one full, one empty, and in his hand he has about a fifth with the cork missing. As he looks up, oh yes, Happy New Year to you as well, yes.
Of course, I recommend you drink that fifth and do it quickly.
Oh, Glenn, yes, good to see you again. He takes the fifth back. Oh. Yes, well, how might I be of service? Welcome home.
I won't be staying. I only think you should know that my father, amongst many others, are gone. And I think a sober mind is not prepared to deal with that. I know that I'm not, and I think that... Give yourself a few minutes. You need to say something rousing to the crowd. Just know that that brandy that you drank, probably the last bit of it you'll drink for quite a while. And I take the full bottle, and I place it in my pouch or whatever.
Oh, right, what is this about? Did I not, give you enough gold on our last journey? You know, I've been building the fountain. It's coming together quite nicely.
That's wonderful. A lot of people are dead.
Oh. How? What? And about that time you see he kind of gets his bearing. By God! Oh. Oh. Yes, I will think of something.
Just do anything. You feel no need to honor my father. My father, I will carry his legacy on myself. Just do something to give these people some amount of comfort. It's a tough time for them, and quite frankly, we just killed something that I didn't think could be killed by the time we approached it.
Yes, well...
And you need to thank a lot of people that are not myself.
Being a custodian of this realm is my profession. Yes, I will elect to do so. Thank you.
Everybody, I'll take the pouch and I'll give 15 platinum to everybody. And
So shiny.
yes, it is very shiny. It is very valuable as well, as you know. So keep them safe. And I'll give the extra 4 to the guys rebuilding the town, just so they have something to... Actually, no, I'll keep the 4. I'll give them 40 gold instead, because I feel it'll be better for them.
Not wanting to cause any fainting by the appearance of a platinum piece. Those of you who receive it see that each platinum piece is stamped with a dwarvish rune. Only those of you that can read Undercommon can completely understand that this is the currency of the Underdark. As you are each given these tokens, 15 platinum to each. Glenn, do you return back to the party?
Yes, I do.
As you do so, making your lonely walk back through the streets of your home. Decadence, destruction, debris surround you, and on the precipice, the glittering lights of the Chardalyn fragments gleaming through the care. That is where we will leave off tonight's session.
Fuck.
Good goddamn.
I made a mistake.
That
It's
was a good
16
one.
each. I wasn't focused. 16 platinum.